What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Calyx. I'm your host, Becca Scott, and on the show, we play Call of Cthulhu and various role-playing games. This show tonight is sponsored by Chaosium, and you can head to chaosium.com to pick up all kinds of awesome stuff from them. They've been around for 40 years. They are the publishers of Call of Cthulhu, of RuneQuest, so many awesome things, and we're very, very grateful for them to be sponsoring tonight's episodes. They also published a little scenario book called Doors to Darkness, where this scenario this evening might be from. And before I introduce my incredible guests, I should tell you, y'all, we got a discount code now. I'm so excited. So you can get 10% off anything you buy at chaosium.com with our little offer code, the Calyx, all caps, no space, the Calyx, and 10% off, running for several months. So head over there, buy things. And if you buy directly from the publisher on that website, the brilliant and awesome and amazing thing is not only are you helping the publisher, because if you buy directly from the source, that helps the publisher to get more of the cost of the product you're getting, but also the only place where if you buy the hard copy, you're also going to get a digital PDF of whatever you buy that you can access on their website. So that's super, super cool. Yay! Thanks so much. Hey, Nate Cat, thank you so much for promoting right there. You've given it out in Twitch chat so people can find that promo code. And without further ado, I am so excited to introduce my guests. One more thing I forgot to tell you. Chaosium has also given me yet another giveaway tonight in addition to giving us a promo code. And we're going to be doing just one giveaway this evening. And it is going to be for a Keeper rulebook. We're going to do it right after the break. And it's just me tonight, so I'll be the one doing it. All right. Let's bring in our guests. First, let's bring in, I'm so excited to have her here. I love her work so much, but we've only gotten to play board games and not role-playing games. And she's an actress, a cosplayer, a really brilliant role player at Bob on Leviathan on D20, Dimension 20 from College Humor, and let's see, Scylla on Motherland RPG, Akasha on Veiled Alliance, Baraposset on Critical Role. Please welcome Krystina, Arielle.
Real talk, when you first started introducing me, I was like, oh, cool. Who does that? And you were talking about me. So
she sounds awesome. Yeah,
I dig that. And then I was like, wait a minute. Some of this stuff is starting to sound familiar. So yeah, hi. My name is Krystina Arielle, and I am all that stuff that Becca just said that I do. In addition to other stuff, like talk on the internet a whole lot until people fall asleep. People being me. Yes. And I'm going to be playing Mildred Jean Durant. She's a little bit crass. She's a dilettante. She's got some money, but who knows how she got it. It's really exciting. And maybe it was from an uncle or a spouse. Who knows? Who knows where she got her money? But she's living high off the hog.
But this uncle or spouse, they're no longer living, but through no means of Mildred's, of course.
Of course not. Who do you think I am? And it was, what did you say? Oh, I think it was my cousin.
Okay. It sounds like there's a body count piling up. No big deal. Never a thing that happens in a Call of Cthulhu game. Well, let's bring in our other players. Let's welcome to the broadcast video stage, better known as that bronze girl. She's a dungeon master in her own right. I've been doing it way longer than I have. A Twitch partner that streams all the time. Comic book aficionado. You can find her on Relics and Rarities and Seattle by Night. It's Jasmine Bhullar.
Hi, hello. It's
Hi.
Me. How are you doing? I'm so excited to play games with all of you lovely ladies tonight.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you.
And yeah, I guess I should talk about who I'm playing. I'm playing Zip, and I'm here for a good time, not here for a long time. I got some really great deals on some great stock out back, stocks constantly rotating. I got scarves, I got shoes, I got buttons, I got zippers, I got suspenders, I got umbrellas, I got great hats. You want this hat? I could give you this hat. Only slight markup, slightly used, great condition. I also got information, but that costs extra. Okay. Also drugs.
Also drugs. All right. In the 1920s, I'm sure that there was lots of things that were passed around and nobody thought anything of it.
Good stuff. Only had one client die on me.
On you?
99% approval rate.
Hey, that's pretty
I've had other clients die not on me, but on the sidewalk. But still, pretty good approval rate.
Do you ever have people buy stuff off you just so you stop selling them things?
Listen to it. People buy stuff off me because the stuff I sell is quality. I would never sell Zips. Zipper Emporium is a quality establishment. Quality traveling establishment. Our Emporium is ran out of a suitcase that I carry around with me, but it is a quality establishment, better than all those brick and mortars. Those brick and mortars, you know what that is? That's just increasing your bottom line. Now you got to increase the markup because you're paying rent on that space. I am saving money and I'm passing on the savings to you.
That's all legitimate, and I will buy all the
100%
that
on the
you
up and
have. All right, we have one more player joining us for the evening. My friend, who is in fact Fun Size and hosts of I Am Fun Size, a very inspirational and lovely vlog series. You may know her voice from things such as Apex Legends and Overwatch. No big deal. Have you heard of it? Nah, whatever. She's an actress. You can see her. I will be watching TV and randomly see you and get very excited and text you. You're not even on screen, so you can't say anything about it yet. Anjali Bhimani!
Hello! Hi, everyone. You guys already had me laughing out loud, but in silence off screen. So I was laughing. I was laughing at Zip. I was laughing with you, Becca. But hidden all by myself. And I am very excited to be here with you ladies, playing Call of Cthulhu for the very first time. Very a little bit scared. Apparently I'm extra pink tonight too. And I will be playing Artemis Jones, Dr. Artemis Jones, because how rare for me to be playing a doctor. Dr. Artemis Jones is the youngest of 5 sisters, and she is the darling of her late father, who too was a surgeon and wanted her to follow in his footsteps. So Artie decided to take on some of the characteristics of her father. She's been maintaining her medical stature in a dude's world, so she may or may not be a little bit defensive about it. And she may or may not be friends with Zip for all sorts of sundry reasons. Although Zip, I feel like you might be needing to take a little bit less of some, like a little bit of the.
I got a tester for you, Doc. I can't be given smarty-arty substandard goods.
I just feel like you just might want to just occasionally lay off the fast ones and lean into the slow ones. Just
so what you do is you take an upper, and then you take 2 downers, and you take another upper.
God.
It all balances out.
Awesome.
Sure, that sounds like a
here and playing Call of Cthulhu either for the first time or for the first time in a long while. And let's just get right into it. So the year is 1920, and you are gathering in the fair estate of Mildred Jean, who has invited you over for an afternoon tea. Trying to be like the English are, just sort of see what you can do for an acquaintance, a family friend who has called the Durant household and knows that Mildred is a budding investigator, that she is, of course, a dilettante that only does with her time what she wishes, but she's taken an interest in pursuing some cases now and then, of course, with her 2 dear friends, Dr. Artemis Jones and Zip of Zipper Emporium. And Mildred, you are relating information to your friends of the call you have received from someone that has offered a fair sum of money to anyone who can find his missing son. James Frazier has gone missing, and Gerald Frazier, friend of the Durants, has called you to tell you the full story of exactly what he knows and why he wants to send the 3 of you to find what you can. And there is money in it, $200 to each of you, as well as a $200 retainer for the group in order to get started on your mission here.
$200?
Yes, and Gerald calls you up, Mildred, as you're on the phone with him. Yes, my son. Are you willing? Are you willing to seek him out?
Well, of course. Apparently you got the dough, so you got the dames. I'm gonna get right on that and get together a nice little crew. We're gonna figure it all out. Don't you worry a little bit. We're gonna get your son back.
Excellent. I am sure he's a rebel, but he's a good boy. You understand? He was studying philosophy at Miskatonic when, well, I don't know if burnout is the word. I may have invented that term, but he just wanted to go see his sweetheart Emily and get away from his studies, and well, he just up and left. It seems. He called me from the road. He said he was dead tired, and that he'd have to pull over and find some place to sleep. Then Emily says he's never arrived. You understand my fear here. This is my son we're talking about.
Well, I have to ask you an honest question because we want to get to the core of things, but are you sure he wasn't ossified?
Ossified?
Are you sure he wasn't ossified? You know, dipping into the giggle water, the panther piss.
Oh, well, no, not my son, not my James. He's not that sort of boy, you understand. Now, I've sent a messenger over to the Durant household, and he sent you a photograph of the young man, and he's tall, of course, blonde hair, like me in my younger days, brown eyes. He drives a black Chrysler coupe, and the plate number, well, it's on the back of the photograph, you understand. The plate number, AB1652. That's all the information I have as far as where he's been. He was leaving Arkham, of course, where I am, and he was heading to Kingsport.
So I do have to ask one backup question. Is there anyone after you? Anyone you might have upset that might have reason to take your son?
Absolutely not. Well, that's not why I'm coming to you. I don't want the papers to know about it, because naturally something that happens to the Frasers would certainly be written up, and everyone in town knows I am happy to pay a fair sum for anyone that has a reason to keep their mouth shut. That's just the Frasers' way, and therefore I have no enemies.
Well, you know, it's like I said when I got my inheritance from my grandmother. I just gotta do what I gotta do and keep it quiet. Live your life. Have fun. Put on the Ritz. Do it all. Do it all. That's what I do. But what we're going to do now, I'm going to investigate.
All
for
right.
you. That's for you.
I have full confidence that you can find James, or at least find what's happened to him.
We're going to do the absolute best that we can.
All right. Please call me with any news. And he hangs up.
Well, aren't you quite the wordsmithstress?
You know, I do what I can. Sometimes you just gotta pull from the heart, talk with a little passion. This guy over here, he's going through it. But you know what I am? Here for him. But I need you all to help.
Well then, let's get a wiggle on. Let's figure out where this boy went. I'm sure we can track him down. Probably got robbed, thrown in a ditch somewhere. It happens. You know, these city slickers, they go out the country. Oh, I'm going to have a vacation. Everything's going to be great. They end up in a ditch. You know, I'm sure he's alive in the ditch, you know, but I'm sure he's in a ditch somewhere.
Excuse me, ladies. Do we have any idea what road exactly that he would have been taking from Arkham to, what was it, Kingsport?
As you look around, you're in the parlor room of the Durant house, and it has two large armchairs in front of a fireplace. As you look around, there's a globe, one of those three-dimensional spinning ones, and behind you on the wall above a large table with ornate flowers is a map of Massachusetts, of course.
Fantastic.
Lovecraft Country.
Yes, indeed. So let's take a look. If he was going from Arkham up to Kingsport, is there a main road here? Anyone? Bhullar?
Can you give me a either library use or navigate roll?
It's a roll! Sorry, did I mention that one of my special skills is opera? Let's see. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. What's the thing that I'm rolling against?
Your library use or perhaps navigate.
Yes, no, I failed. That is a simple failure. It is not extreme failure, but it is a failure.
Yeah, the doctor is great with numbers and math and a scalpel, but as soon as you put the map in front
Maps
of her,
are not my thing. I don't have a great sense of direction.
Tell you what, Doc, you're a smarty. Artie is smarty. I know, we go way back. But I feel like this is one of those things you got to rely on people for. How about we go back down to like where the cabbies are? I talk to the cabbies, see if a boy that matches the description's been through there, if anybody took him, and where they took him.
Great call, Zip.
I know the cabbies. Me and the cabbies, we go way back. Me and the cabbies, thick as thieves. Not that I steal anything. I've never stolen anything in my life.
Of course not.
Honest.
That sounds suspect.
Are you all heading out of the house?
I believe we're going to go ahead and take off now.
Mildred, is there anything that anyone you need to say goodbye to or anything you need to grab before heading on the road?
I would like to talk to Brutus, my right-hand man.
Yes, Mr. Runt.
Yes, Brutus, I'm going to be taking off now.
Certainly. Your jacket. And he pulls it out of the closet and puts it on for you. Will you be needing the car?
I'm going to need the car, but I'm also going to need you to go into the safe for me.
The safe.
The safe. You know what I'm going to need? Now, it's a lot, so I don't really want you to faint. I want you to grab $25 from the safe.
You're trusting me with this task. Me, Brutus, your right-hand man.
You know, Brutus, you're the only person I do trust with that large a sum of money. So go ahead and bring it on down. Sneak it out. Really subtle. Put it in one of my pocketbooks.
Excellent. It will be done, miss.
I appreciate you. Grab a map while you're at it.
Ah, yes. One from the map room. All right. He prepares the items you've asked for, and you three are on your way, heading down.
Did we see any of this? Did we see anything, any conversation with Brutus or anything? I just want to turn to Mildred and say, do you see the irony in having a right-hand man named Brutus? Just checking. Where were we?
As you head out of the estate, it's actually right in near the central part of Arkham. So even though it's surrounded by a tall painted white wrought iron gate and a big circular drive, if you walk just a little bit down, there are cabbies standing outside them just at the end of the street. And you see
you're on, Zip.
That looks familiar to you, Zip, just leaning on his cab.
Oh, hey there, Benny. Wait, no. Barry. Wait, no. Ralph.
It's Birdie.
Birdie. I knew that. I was getting there.
You were close the first couple times.
Yeah,
but not the third time.
Birdie, buddy. Yeah. What's it been? It's been. How you doing, buddy? How's it going?
Oh, you see these papers? There's a new one every day. Do you really
know what?
Keep up.
I don't read the papers. They're depressing. Papers are depressing. I don't want to be depressed. You know, you don't want to be depressed anymore. I got something for that. We'll talk about that later. But come here. Let me chew your ear for a little bit.
Take a bite.
We're looking for a boy that's gone missing. Mildred, what's this boy look like?
You do have Brutus handed you along with the other items. There was someone who had delivered a small envelope, and inside was just a small photograph of a man in a tuxedo and a bow tie, blonde haircut, looking maybe about 18 years old, or hard to tell. Very young man. And on the back are the characteristics and the license plate number that he'd given you over the phone.
All right, well, you see, what we've got here is a young man. He's about 18 years old. He's blonde. He's pretty hotsy-totsy, if you ask me. Looks like his old father. That's who called me. So that's who we're looking for. But I'm pretty sure he's not wearing a tuxedo right now while he's out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This kid, I think he was in the paper a couple months ago. His whole family, there's some banking event. I remember faces like nobody remember. But no, I didn't drive anybody like that. Where'd you say he was going?
Well, he was heading to pick up his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's going to Kingsport.
Oh,
Kingsport. Crazy times in Kingsport we had. Right, Birdie? I think that was you.
Yeah, there's only one town in between here and Kingsport, and it's Clark's Corners.
Clark's Corners?
Clark's Corner, yeah.
I've heard things about Clark's Corner.
Oh, have you? Nice little town, pretty sleepy. I think there's just one motel on the road in between Clark's Corner and Kingsport.
Do you know the name of the hotel? I've stayed there before, but I just can't quite remember the name from about 2 months back. Yeah.
He looks you up and down and says, "You stayed in that hole?" No, that place. It's called Squatter's Lake. I don't think you want to stay there, but it is the only place in between Clark's and Kingsport.
Squatter's Lake. They just really knocked it out of the park with that name, huh? They were really just aiming high, really trying to make the good family establishment with that one.
Well, there was an old settlement next to the lake, and after it flooded in hundreds of years ago, all that was left moving through there was squatters for quite some time until this little motel popped up. That's what I know. From reading papers, you learn quite a bit.
Well, I mean, that still seems like a silly name. I mean, sometimes I gotta park my setup next to a gutter. You don't see me calling Zip's Gutter Emporium.
Excuse me, sir. Hello. I'm Dr. Artemis Jones. I just have one question for you. When we first walked up, you held up a paper and you said, "Another one every day." Another what?
New papers, new news. How am I supposed to keep up with everything? That's all.
Not another.
Nope. Absolutely nothing meant by that statement.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right.
Birdie, you're not holding something back, are you?
No, but you could roll psychology if you wanted to see if he was.
This is my fort. I'm gonna do it. I'm good at this. I fail.
Well, see you later. And he whistles and spins his keys around his finger.
Birdie would never lie. You know, he's probably just got indigestion or something. I'm sure he's fine.
So this Squatter's Lake place, it seems like something unsavory and likely for us to need to visit there.
You know what I say? Let's blouse. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Let's go ahead and get on out there.
I have a feeling I'm going to understand you eventually, but it's just going to take me a little bit of time.
You know what? Just say it as it comes and talk off the wind.
As you walk back to the Durant household, in the driveway, Brutus has prepped the vehicle, and it's sitting there waiting for the three of you to take off, you'd be heading south towards Kingsport on the only road, Highway 3.
Before we get in the car, I walk around the car clockwise 3 times, just looking at the wheels, and then I get in.
Oh, she's top of the line, this one.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
Oh, yes. I'm saying this as I'm putting on my driving gloves and throwing on a scarf, and then I put on like a Rally's Dude hat. Something like it's like a little Rally's Dude hat. And I'm just going to like get prepared to go driving.
Excellent. All right. It's a few hours drive to Kingsport, and it's late morning when you got the call from Gerald. So it's just approaching noon or maybe a little after now. And Mildred, please give me a roll for drive auto. And if you don't have any additional skill in that, it's just the number in parentheses. For anyone new to Call of Cthulhu, they're rolling 2 d10s that will add up to a percentage, and their skill in that level is their goal that they're trying to roll on or under. Looks like you've got a 20, I believe.
Well, that'll be 60.
All right. So you're not the best driver. You're used to Brutus taking the wheel. And who's riding up front? Or are you both?
I'm in the back.
I'd ride up front. I'm getting car sick.
Yeah. You both are feeling a little bit car sick as you pull up. Mildred might have fun driving, but has the clothing wear for it, but not necessarily the skill.
No, I've been taking lessons. I've had about 5.
Just
you
a
might want
question.
to get a refund on those.
Just a little question.
All you got to do is hold tight. Just hold on to the bar over the door and you're good to go. Nothing bad can happen in a car.
Yeah, that's actually not how that works.
Yeah, Mildred. Just a quick question there. How do you fit those? How do you fit those lead feet into those boots? Lay off the gas. What are you doing? You're gonna kill me.
Oh, I've got a need for speed. Hold on tight.
Oh god, this is not how I thought I'd die.
I just start rifling through my bag to see if I might be able to find an anti-emetic.
Oh, look, a speed bump.
Sure. As you're passing Clark's Corner, and not much there. Just a gas station and a few little houses. So you continue on down the road towards Kingsport, following the sign. Anjali, do you want to roll for luck to tell me if you find?
Yes, I do.
Say,
Very much do. An anti-emetic, which is basically something to keep you from puking.
Awesome. All right, your luck is the big number in the middle that can be spent as a resource later. If you're very close to succeeding, you may always spend a little.
Excellent. And I just have to be under that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have succeeded. I rolled a 51 and my number is 60.
All right, you are knocking back the anti-emetic.
Yes, well done. Well done, children. You've all learned something for today. Zip.
Zip, do you want to take them?
Yeah, a little anti-nauseous.
Okay. That's great stuff, Doc.
That's not what that wasn't my, okay.
As you continue on the road, Mildred, you start to slow down as you see on your left, you're approaching a bean-shaped lake. And there's a sign near the road. It's made of like an upside down V of pieces of wood painted white with one bar across that says Squatters Lake Motel in black paint. And hanging just below it is a little yellow sign that says vacancy.
Oof, Bertie wasn't kidding.
Vacancy here? I don't believe it. Who wouldn't want to stay at this fine establishment? Better than the Four Seasons downtown.
Well, you know, a bed's a bed.
This is true, and I'm sure if there's anybody who's seen young James in the last few days, it would be here. We might as well go in and poke around a little bit.
I'm pretty sure this house has seen a couple murders.
You pull up the car. There's a couple other cars pulled into the motel, and it looks like just 4 rooms facing you. The driveway seems to follow around to the other side of the motel, so perhaps there's other rooms on that side. You see a reception off to your left, and it looks like the building is shaped sort of like a T, and you're seeing alongside of it.
All right. Well, I suppose we can talk to the people who are staying here, and we can talk to the proprietor. I feel like this is just somewhere we want to get in and get out. So shall we?
I'll follow your lead, Doc.
You don't want me to.
There.
You want me to talk to the filthy man? I'll do it. I don't care.
Oh no! Actually, okay. I'll go.
There is the lake behind the motel. It's almost picturesque, but the weather seemed to change as you approached this area, and the sky sort of turned a shade of gray. There are hemlock trees around the lake, which are big evergreens that have a particularly dense spot if you were to further follow the road on the same side, following around the side of the lake. And as you walk up towards the reception and push open the door of the building that is completely made of wood slats everywhere, you hear a bell jangle above your head.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Maybe we can just wait here before we go inside. Maybe someone will just come this way.
As you walk into the reception area, it is a big room, maybe 15 by 20, and you see wood paneling all along the walls, wood on the floor, wood on the ceiling, and right in front of you on the opposite wall is a long desk and a reception desk, and behind it are two giant boar's heads, and between them hangs a 20-gauge shotgun. On either side of the reception desk it's decorated with license plates from all throughout several decades. You assume that they span the eras, all of the decades in which this motel has existed, which seems to be a rather long time as far as you can tell.
Huh. Quaint. Hello?
There's
Hello?
Maybe you gotta bang a pot or ring that bell.
Sure. The bell's over the door. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I ring the bell. Hello?
Just a minute.
Sir, madam? Oh.
You hear it sounds far away, a voice from behind a door that's behind the reception desk.
Hold on here for a second, Doc. I'm gonna just, with one swift motion, just kind of throw my legs over the counter and look at the registry where people check in and out.
Oh, clever trousers.
Excellent. There is a book on the desk. And as you open it, you flip to the last page, and you can tell very clearly there's today's date on a blank page with no entries. And you can tell that the page right before has been ripped out.
Oh, that's
Point it out to the ladies. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
You hear the door behind the reception desk start to slowly creak.
Get back over.
I come over.
Yes, you do. An older gentleman, strange-looking gentleman, walks out. Oh, hello.
Hello, sir.
To our modest little place. My name is William Brophy. Welcome to Squatter's Lake Motel.
Mr. Brophy, it's so lovely to meet you. I'm Dr. Jones. This is Ms. Durant and Ms. Zipper.
Zipperante of the London Zipperantes.
Of course. You must know them. We were wondering...
My family is not from this area, so I can't say that I am familiar, but perhaps if you meet my brother later, he will have read something of the name.
Of course. Very prestigious family, but we're not here to blow smoke in your face. Yeah, the doctor.
Are you the proprietor of this establishment?
Oh, yes, my brother and I, we are the proprietors. We retired here a few years back. Yes.
Oh, lovely. What a lovely location.
Yes, the fishing used to be quite good in the area, and I'm afraid that the bass are not biting as they once were, if you'll ask local fishermen.
How has business been of late?
Oh, well, we have 3 guests at the moment. I'm sure more will come in time. It's always rather quiet here.
Well, we were wondering if perhaps you had seen someone, a friend of ours who might have been passing through. His name was James.
James?
Yes.
I don't know.
Tall, blonde, handsome, young. You know, the type.
Do you show him the photo?
Yes.
I can't say that I recall this person.
That's a shame.
Oh, if only had a way to look that up. I'm sure you see so many people coming through here. If only there was a way for you to recall on who who's been through. If only there was a record of some kind that would show that.
Something like a registry.
Right, yes. We do, of course, keep a registry, and he gestures to the book that you looked through.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm afraid I spilled my tea on it yesterday, and I had to rip out the most recent pages. So I must go from memory, and I do not recall such a person.
Would it be possible? We've had such a long journey out here, and I'm a bit parched. Is there any chance that we could have a cup of tea? Perhaps sit with you for a few moments?
Well, certainly, although it is going to be time for me to do my tasks soon. I must fill up the oil lamps. We don't have electricity here yet, so we must fill the lamps each night. Perhaps you'd like to stay as the sun, it will be set in a few hours now.
We likely will have to get on the road, but if you could just fix us a cup of tea just to get us on our way, that would be lovely.
Certainly. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Are you sure rooms are just 50 cents a night here? I have many of them open this evening. 5 rooms are open if you're interested.
Tell you what. You give us a cup of tea. You let us play with that dog you got in the back, and we'll pay for the room even if we don't end up staying. It's 50 cents, right? I look at Mildred expectantly.
I don't mind paying 50 cents. This place, I might even pay 55.
Thank you.
You and your brother that's such a big fan of the shiplap. I'm really loving the pattern with the blocks of wood on the walls, and I was wondering, I don't see a handcuff on that hand. Is there a Mrs. Shopkeeper of this establishment?
Oh, no, I never married. It just, was not a interest of mine in my youth, and it seems that it failed me in that way. I know my brother and I, we moved across an ocean here not too long ago.
Say no more. I got a roommate of the same kind too, so it's great to know.
Excellent. Yes.
How about that cup of tea? I really am parched.
I'll see what I can find. And he walks slowly and stiffly back into the back room.
All right, everyone. I'd like to look around and see if we can find the trash. I'm sure we can find that torn out page unless he's burned it somewhere, in which case that would be completely shifty. And I'd love to find that dog. I just love a dog.
Right? Same priorities. We're on the same page.
Right.
I'll leap back over the counter and start looking for if there's like a waste paper basket.
Sure. Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Get it, Zip. Get it. Get it.
What happens if you match it? Because my spot hidden is 25%. And I rolled a 25.
Awesome. That's a success.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, I think it is. I'm not sure.
All right. As you're looking around, there doesn't seem to be a waste paper basket, but there is below the counter a set of cubbies, rather large cubbies. And if you were to glance over at those license plates hanging on the walls, there are some dusty spots where the plate is missing. It seemed that there was one there and the pattern sort of disrupted. And as you're looking in the cubbies, 4 or 5 license plates are all underneath. And as you flip through them, you can compare them with perhaps one.
Oh!
I hand them over.
License plates. AB1652. I remember numbers. Is any one of these license plates to say AB1652?
Here you go, Doc. Take a look.
It does.
Oh.
It's a Massachusetts plate, dusty and scratched, and it reads AB 165.
I knew he was shifty.
I don't trust that dude.
How high up is
dude
that
seems
shotgun?
like he's all just...
The shotgun, probably 6 feet. It looks like a tall person could reach it.
Okay, I am not a tall person. We have established that from my character sheet. Just want to make sure that is perhaps something that's not.
Want me to break it?
Us.
Want me to make it to where you can't use it on us?
Can we just check if that thing's loaded and then put it back in?
I'm gonna climb on the counter and then very precariously make a tripod, not really thinking about how I'm gonna get down, balancing one foot on the counter, one foot against the wall to reach the shotgun and check if it's loaded.
Solid climbing. That is a solid climbing move.
It's impossible to get down from, but you said climb?
Yeah, just your dex actually, which is going to be a higher number than your climb.
Okay.
I think this is a pretty reasonable ask. It's on top under characteristics. One of your 8.
Oh yeah, I got a 19 and I'm at an 80.
Oh, amazing. Yes, you successfully are able to take down the 20 gauge shotgun. You can cock it if you futz with it enough. He seems to be taking his time with the T back there. And you can see that in the barrel, there's 2 different barrels. It's double-barreled shotgun, and there's a slug in each.
I point this out to the doctor. Doctor, this thing's loaded. This thing's ready to go.
I feel like we might want to hang on to those slugs.
I pop them out and hand them to her.
I don't know that I'm the best person to do either one of you know how to use a gun?
I got on trousers and I got pockets, and I think I can figure it out, much like I figured out driving.
Yeah, not gonna ask you so much. Zip, what's your experience with handguns and shotguns?
That's a little judgmental, Doc. I don't. What do I look like? I don't got no experience around bean shooters.
All right, fine. Then I'll take them.
I don't do that.
I
don't rob people anymore.
I understand. I take them and I actually put them. I take them and I put them in my bodice.
What was that, Krystina?
I said that time I was telling the truth. I had firearms.
I don't.
Oh, do you? When you say I think I could figure it out, it's a little bit different than I know what I'm doing.
She's shooting she's shooting the junk. That's what she does.
All right.
I'll take the damn things.
Zip, can you actually give me a roll for stealth, and let's see if on your descent you're able to do so quietly.
Ooh, I'm pretty good at stealth too. I got my stealth's a 40 and I got a 41.
This is a time where luck comes in handy. You may actually spend 1 luck if you would like to succeed on this stealth roll.
Oh, yeah. Yes, let's say yes.
All right, so bring your luck down 1 point.
Okay.
And it's permanently 1 lower. So if you ever have to roll for luck, you're now rolling the new number.
Okay. Question. Does it reduce by the amount you modify your roll, or does it just reduce by 1 every time you use it?
It's 1 for 1. And my house rule, based on our friends at Stream of Blood, is you can't spend more than 10 on a single roll.
Okay, so rolling close does help. Okay, cool.
In this game, it does. You can get lucky.
Yeah, I'm going to say that works.
Push your roll, except in combat. And pushing a roll means you get to re-roll, but you have to explain to me why you are expending further energy to do so and how you're kind of going above and beyond or risking your bodily self as you do it. And if you fail on your push roll, bad things could happen.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Let's just, since I was so close, it was a margin of 1. Yeah, I'm just going to spend it.
It's nothing. It's 1.
Place the shotgun back. The slugs are now in Artemis's bosom, and you are able to descend as he comes back through the door and looks around.
I should think Artemis gave them to Mildred.
I did. I said I'd just take damn things earlier.
I missed that.
Yeah. So Mildred now has them. Wonderful.
Can't really make his way through the door with this tray that he's now holding. Willie Brophy comes back in and he sets it down shakily onto the counter. There's 3 cups with very little water in it and some tea leaves like substance, but they're not even in a bag. They're just kind of thrown in there. Tea for you.
Ah, wonderful. You know, I think, would you happen to have any clover honey in the back there? It's just something I love to have with my tea, and I don't see it here on the platter. Might I trouble you for some clover honey? Please, sir.
You're not even, well, guess yet, and I must get to work soon. Can you roll a charm or a persuade to see if you can leave the room again?
Please, for the love of God. Oh, just get out of the damn room. What am I, charm or, oof, okay, all right, okay. Oh, I charmed him.
Well, we get a grocery delivery twice a week from Clark's Corners, and honey, I don't know whether or not we have any, but I'll go check once more. But then I really must get to filling the oil lamps. And he goes in the back again.
I hate that guy. Between three of us, hate him. Can't stand him.
So ladies, what are we going to do? Are we staying? Are we going? What are we doing?
First of all, Doc, you need to take a sample of this tea, because it doesn't look like tea to me. This looks like sludge.
Oh,
God knows.
I'm not drinking any of that. No one's drinking any of that.
Probably died. I think you should take a sample, run a test on it, see what's in this tea.
Great. So as we're talking, I'm whipping through my little purse and grabbing a little vial that I would usually use for a blood sample, and I'm just grabbing a little vial and putting a little bit of that nasty tea in my little vial. But are we staying? Are we going? What are we doing?
As you pour the tea, you notice it's not hot at all.
It's disgusting and gross. This isn't.
You know, one has to think, if the license plate is here, the potential for him to still be in the vicinity is pretty high. And
we gotta find that car.
I wouldn't mind fronting for the rooms. I'd even throw in an extra $1 to see if he could get some nice groceries in here for you.
I don't care about the groceries, actually. I was just here. Never mind. Front us for the rooms. Let's do it. Let's stay put. And let's keep an eye on that shotgun anytime that we're in here, yeah?
Absolutely.
Open again. I'm afraid there is no honey in our stores.
Oh, that is a shame.
You know what? I usually keep some in my briefcase in the car. I'm gonna just go grab it. And I'm gonna head out into the parking lot and see if any of the cars are missing a license plate.
Sure.
Or are a we should what is it, a bracket?
And also make sure our car hasn't been effed with.
Yeah, check our license plate.
Okay. As you're looking around, your car is just where you left it, and you can look around the outer rim of the motel. You can even walk around towards the lake side and see the cars on that side. And he offers you a room. Are you sure? Once more, you're not interested. We do have, and he gestures to the keys behind him, below where the shotgun sits. There are some keys hanging, and they each have a number above them. We have 8 rooms here. 1 and 5 have single beds, and 4 and 8 have a double bed. The rest is single beds. But 2 singles and 1 other single room, or do you want a double bed?
You know, I'm one that likes the privacy.
Arrangement.
I feel like he was just trying to confuse me.
If we...
He gives you this side eye. He just like slowly turns and like,
I'll take a double. I'm outside, but I'd take a double with any of you ladies.
Yeah, you're right at the door as you hear this being said, and then turn back.
I'm just a little footloose and fancy free. So you know what I'll do? Just in case anybody wants to double up or maybe have a companion, we're going to take 3 double rooms.
That's my girl. Just what I was thinking.
3 rooms for the 3 of you with doubles. Yes, all right. Well, let's see. I've got a room with a double bed in 4 that's available. Now, number 8, that's taken right now. That's the other double bed. But I'll give you 3 rooms in a row, 2, 3, and 4. How about that? They're on the road side of the building.
You know, that sounds great to me. I'll slip you a little extra if you get us fresh linens.
Well, certainly, it would just be me changing them. So I'll head out now. What extra, you say? Sure.
Just earned yourself a quarter.
Oh my! All right. Well, that will be $1.75. He takes the money, he has you sign the register, and he heads out of the door, after giving you the keys. Please make yourselves at home here, explore the lake. There are boats that are tied up to the dock. If you wish to have a look around, you may do so in a boat. I think young people like yourselves enjoy that. And your rooms are, you'll see them numbered just as you step out the door. And he goes to start changing sheets.
Excellent.
Did you all think we should stay in the same room?
In the reception area. Zip, you are walking around, and as you've come outside, you're walking. The whole building is sort of raised up on stilts a little bit. You had to go up some stairs to get into the reception, and you noticed on the side of the reception door there was a long ramp, wheelchair accessible, it seems. As you go the other way towards the long end of the T, there's the rooms 1 through 4, and on that side you notice one other car sitting there. It's bright yellow, but you don't see any cars without license plates.
And no black Chrysler.
No black Chrysler.
This is a nice car.
A black Chrysler?
No, the yellow one.
Yeah. It's a sporty car.
What? I'm like scoping out this car.
And then there's a bit of a clunker. And it's just a moderately nice Dodge. And then as you keep going around, there is a just real piece of work truck. A pickup truck.
A yellow sports car.
Yeah.
Yellow sports car, a clunker, and a truck.
This is
all right.
This is one of those sports cars that doesn't have a top. One of those topless joints.
It does have a top. It's very structured. I don't know if there were any in 1920 without a top.
Zip, you wouldn't happen to have any skills that might help you ascertain the contents of any of these vehicles, would you?
Oh, I could definitely do that.
I mean, I don't know if we need a lookout or something, but I just want to know who else is here. I don't very much want to knock on doors. I just get a terrible feeling about this place.
I got a great idea. I'm just gonna take out my switchblade and pop a hole in one of the tires.
Oh, that's a choice.
Sure. On which car?
On the nice yellow one. So that way I can go inside and ask people, who's the owner of that really nice yellow car you got a flat?
I tell you, Zip, you may not have gone to medical school, but you're smarter than any doctor I've ever met.
Coming from you, smarty arty, that just means the most. That just means the mostest of the, you're the hostess with the mostest. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my switchblade. Whop. Oh no! Look at this beautiful car, beautiful piece of metal.
Yeah, one of the tires. It's a Buick. It's a yellow Buick. It just starts to.
Oh, that's such a sad noise
as the air comes out of it.
Well, I suppose we should hunt down the owners.
Probably want to ask around, let them know that their car's got a flat.
Yeah. I suddenly got a little nervous about having taken those bullets out of that shotgun. I mean, that man's awfully old to be the murderer himself. A murderer himself, I should say.
Did you see that tea? He could be a poisoner.
This is true.
That tea could kill a man. Ice cold, like sludge. The tea leaves right there in a tiny little finger of water. I think he mixed that with his pinky. I don't trust it at all. Not even for a minute. Let me tell you, already I've had food poisoning. You don't want it. You don't want it either,
no.
Mildred. You'll be jammed up for a while.
I think it's
As the three of you are talking, standing next to this tire you've just slashed, you hear a bit of a ruckus. You hear sounds like a young man's voice. You said you don't know if he stayed here. I know he did. He told me so. And you can hear the other man that he's speaking to is William. They've moved around the tip of the T of the motel and seem to be on the lakeside, still outside of the building.
Can we sneak in that direction?
Young sir? Yeah, sure. You can edge closer if you want to listen in. Because so long as you don't go all the way around the building, you can hear from where you are. I don't know. I don't know if he stayed here. Calm down. There are people trying to rest, and you might disturb them. Now, see here. I can't rest. Okay. What about all this noise under the rooms at night? See? What about them? What room did my friend Abe stay in? Huh? Tell me that. Yes. And William says, I don't know. That's my final answer. Now stop bothering me and you can get the hell out of my motel, sir. Good day. And you see him coming around in your direction.
William or the other guy?
William, yeah. The innkeep with a sort of like a watering can looking thing. You can assume because he said he was going to fill the oil lamp set. It might have oil in it. He's coming towards you. Do you stay there or are you going to run?
Zip. Go back inside and look at that. Zip, go back inside and look at that register. I'm going to slow him down.
All right.
Look at that register and see if you can find someone named Abe.
I got you. On it.
And I run up to William. William, now that we're going to stay, I feel so badly that I made you take so much time making that tea for me. Might I be able to help you with your oil lamps? I mean, just something to help.
Oh, well, yeah, certainly. I mean, you rather smaller woman. I think I could probably reach it better, but then again, my arms are quite tired. And he's going on and he's pointing at which way.
Let him talk.
Yeah.
He just keeps talking and I keep smiling and Zip keeps on zipping away to the wherever she's zipping.
Okay, Zip, you're heading back into the reception. And what are you doing, Mildred?
I'm actually looking around trying to see if I see any more of the license plates. And while she's got him distracted talking about the tea, I'm going to sneak out the door and down the corridor.
Okay, you're outside. So the doors to the motel are 1 through 4 are facing the road, facing out, and 5 through 8 are facing the lake on the other side. That's where he just came around from. But you're more than welcome to try and slip away. If let's see if he is aware of. First, I'm going to roll for Anjali if he sees you heading in. Okay, he notices you going towards. Oh, sorry, Zip going towards the reception, and then Mildred. He does not see you slip behind him and go around the other side of the motel.
But he does see her just going back to the lobby. That's it.
Yeah.
She's just going back to the lobby. That's no big deal.
Yeah. All right.
So I'll just keep talking to him, and I keep asking him about his history and how long he's been the proprietor. As zippity doodah goes doing her.
Yes, in fact, we've just come over from England. You see, we felt perhaps after the death of my mother, it would be best for a change of pace for our retirement. All right. So what are you doing in the reception there?
I'm gonna pretend to lean on the counter and knock the book off the thing, and then bend down to pick it up and spend some time looking for Abe.
All right, awesome. So no one's in here. You have free reign. You've already looked through it, and you can see that the dates are dated more than a month ago on the pages that are left. But you do notice that the door is slightly ajar to the room that he came in and out of with the tea.
I'm gonna just zip on back there.
Sure. This seems to be him and his brother's quarters. There is sort of a living room area with a little kitchenette. It's got a little furniture area and a coffee table and 2 doors that are closed leading off of this room.
Okay. In this sort of a living area, is there like a desk or anything like that there?
In the living quarters, there is the coffee table, and beside the coffee table, you see a wastebasket.
I'm going to go ahead and just rifle through that wastebasket real quick.
Sure. Give me a stealth roll.
I got a 69, giggity, which is unfortunately higher than what I need.
That is exactly the noise that you hear, Zip, and it seems to be coming from the door on the right. However, you do find in that wastepaper basket the item that you were looking for.
Oh, snap! Abe and James.
Yep. We got an Abe Hickey, and we got a James Fraser, room 1, room 4. I just pocket that.
Yep.
Put it
in my bosoms. I learned that from the doc.
It is in your bosoms.
Get out there.
All right. Great. And then Mildred, as you're moving around the outside of the motel, is there anything particular that you're looking to do?
Well, what I'd like to look for, I've got a sneaking suspicion that maybe the boy's tied up somewhere. Maybe they've got him. Now, I don't know if it's the owners or if there's something more insidious at play, but I want to check it out. Now, perhaps if I go down this ramp, there's something there that I can find.
Yeah. You think he's tied up somewhere?
Possibly. His license plate's here. He couldn't have gotten too far unless he went on hoof.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So as you're continuing around, you see an older man of a large build at the lake, sort of pacing back and forth with a small dog following at his heels and yipping. And as you continue around, you count, you're passing by room number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5. And at the end, there seems to be just a large room that doesn't have a number. It seems to be perhaps backed up to the reception, and there is a large padlock on the door. All of the windows on that room are tightly shuttered. And the motel itself, it's about like 4 or 5 feet. There's not a full story beneath, and it is sort of a crawl space underneath there. That is the ramp leading up to. It's just one level of the motel, but there is sort of like this crawl space underneath.
And that crawl space goes to this room that has no number?
The room is at the very end of the motel. So if there's a T and reception is here, and the this mystery room with the locked padlock door is opposite the reception, then there's the T. Oh gosh, this is being mirrored. The room with the padlock is facing out towards the lake.
Okay.
Is there by chance a shed nearby that may have bolt cutters of some sort?
Ooh, roll for luck.
Oh, my glasses.
Get it. Lurk.
All right, so that is 60 on the dice.
60 on the dice, and your luck score, your luck is 45.
45.
There is no shed. But as you look around, you do see the boat dock out on the water. And there's 3 boats that are just little rowboats that are tied up with rope onto the dock there. But you don't see any tools just lying around. All right. Anjali, you have helped William in his oiling of the lamps. And the sun is getting a little lower in the sky there. It's probably a little after 5 o'clock now. Thank you
Oh,
for assisting me. Well, soon my brother will probably be waking up from his nap, so I will tend to him. Robert is his name, if I hadn't told you.
might we meet him? I mean, you've been so kind to us. We'd love to meet your brother.
Oh, well, yes, he should be up shortly. I'll introduce you. He doesn't speak much. And you, any family?
Oh, just a bevy of sisters. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sisters.
Close family then.
Mm,
And your friends?
yeah. Oh, well, these are my friends. These are all the gals I've got. I've got Zip. I've got Mildred. That's about all I've got for friends.
Right. They have families?
Oh, yes. Well, Zip kind of keeps to herself. She has chosen family, if you know what I mean. We're sort of sisters by choice. As for Mildred, I've never really talked to her about her family, to be honest. I probably should. I've just spent so much time at work and so much time in my office and taking care of my patients. I've never really taken much time to connect with them.
A doctor? And, well, I don't mean to be rude, but that must have been difficult for you.
Oh, and why exactly do you think that?
Oh, I just don't see many female doctors. Not I'm British, but I am.
Well, it wasn't so difficult for me. It ran in my family. My father was a surgeon, and he began to teach me from a very young age.
Indeed. Well, it was a pleasure, Doctor, and now I must be helping my brother, if you understand. And he heads off towards the reception.
Of course. But before you go, Zip is still in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But before you go, if you could come over here, I've noticed something awful. Just noticed something awful has happened to this car, and I don't know who it belongs to. Look, it's got a flat tire.
Oh, that would be the vehicle of Mr. Dunstan. I don't think he'll be any too pleased to see what could have happened.
Oh, I can't imagine. But you know, these flat tires, they do happen. A rock on the road, any sort of bumps these days. I mean, driving isn't an easy skill, of course. Perhaps we could go to Mr. Dunstan's room together and let him know that I saw this out here. I just want to get him looking away. Which room is Mr. Dunstan in?
Oh, Mr. Dunstan, he's in room 8. Room 8, I believe, yes.
The double.
Oh no, that angry young man is in room 8. He's in room 6.
Angry young man is in room 8. Angry young man? Oh, I'm sorry. Have you been dealing with an angry young man?
Well, I wouldn't want to trouble you with such things. It's not. He seems to be deranged, is all I can tell. Anyway, it's no mind.
Well, I am a doctor after all, and I'm used to listening to patients. If you need me to speak to him, I would be happy to be introduced.
I wouldn't bother him at all. Yes, no, definitely don't. In number 8, he should be out of here by tomorrow. I would imagine. I won't abide him staying much longer. Anyway,
as we've been talking, as we've been talking, I've just been kind of making sure that his back is to the reception as much as possible, and keeping an eye out for Zip to come on out.
On your charm roll or your persuade?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. He'll take you around. He'll take you around to the other side of the motel, where Mildred is. And Mildred, as you've been looking, you were able, down by the boat dock, there was a crowbar that was sitting on the dock. But as Artemis comes around with him, let's see, did you want to try briefly to use it, or you want to hold it for later?
Are they walking towards me and I like have the crowbar kind of at the ready? Like I was gonna try and pop the door. I'm gonna look over and see them and just drop and go, ha ha, getting my exercise. They say if you lift weights, it makes you long and lean.
Well, and,
right.
and look at her. Isn't she a specimen of fine womanhood?
Artemis, since you just succeeded on your charm roll, he's a little taken with you and doesn't think anything is strange yet. Mr. Dunstan, he's the man by the lake right there. And perhaps you would do me the kindness of telling him that his automobile is no longer able to be driven.
Of course, I would do that for you. What's Mr. Dunstan's first name?
Bill, actually.
Bill. Just like you.
That's right. Yes, I go by nicknames.
On occasion.
In my younger days, I don't see many people that use such familiarities with me.
Well, that's a shame. Yes, of course. Well, perhaps at some point we'll become good enough friends that you'll let me call you Bill too. Is Zip out of there yet, for F's sake?
All right, let's go to Zip. Zip, what are you doing? You are in the reception. You found the guest book. Did you get out of there, or did you look around some more?
I heard a door open, right?
You heard a
groan.
It was more of a growl than a door open.
I believe it was the sound that I made was this.
That's the sound.
That was the sound.
Well, I got the paper. The sound's kind of weird. I'm gonna take a peek.
Sure. You want to peek in the door that you heard the sound come from?
Yeah, like through the keyhole.
Ooh, okay. Peering through the keyhole. That feels like it should be maybe a spot hidden.
Okay.
You got this.
I got a 13 in my 25. So.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh yeah. All right. Is that your like medium-sized number? Hard success?
It doesn't say for some reason.
Oh, all good. Okay. Oh yeah. If you got a 25, it would be a 12. Anyway, you did succeed. And through this keyhole, you see a small room. It seems to be, half the size of the living area because there was another door on the other side. And inside this room, which maybe you assumed would be sleeping quarters, you see a bedside table, a bookshelf, and a large old wooden crate. There's no bed in this room. And as you're looking through the keyhole, you hear a coming out of the crate.
I'm going to come back to that with the ladies. I'm not going to do that by myself. That's giving me the heebie-jeebies. And I'm going to turn on my heel with the paper and tucked into my boobs and walk out through the front of the reception.
Awesome. You're able to walk out. He doesn't see you. He's around on the other side of the motel. Well, and back on the other side of the motel, he takes his leave of you, Artemis and Mildred, and he leaves you as Zip. You could come around from the other side and meet them. You can kind of hear their voices around the other side of the motel by that sort of workshop door or whatever that strange area is that doesn't have a number or a sign.
Tip my hat to the old man as I very snappily walk up to where Artemis and Mildred are where Mildred's working out.
Excellent. What do you all want to do next?
Did you find anything?
Oh, I found plenty. And I pull out the paper and hand it to them.
Well placed.
I also saw a box, creepy box with creepy sounds coming out of it. Give me the heebie-jeebies.
What's
tucked
in
away
the
in a
box?
room. Something. Maybe a person. Something's in there groaning and moaning and making all kinds of a ruckus. There's not a bed in there. It's just a room with a nightstand and a box.
And a groan?
And a groan that I heard consistently twice over the period of time that I was in there.
It might be an ancient Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Oh, wow. I've heard that goop that she sells is amazing. It'll cure just about anything that ails you. Crystals, all types of oils.
We all just need it. I think we all just need a moment.
Snake oil saleswoman to another.
We need a moment of acknowledgement for the greatness that is Krystina. Just want a moment. Just want a moment.
Just the tip of a Gwyneth Paltrow.
Just a bit. Just part of it. Right. That's terrifying. Also, what are you doing with a crowbar?
Well, this room, number 1 here. It should be number 1, but there's nothing on the door. And look at it. Just look at all this stuff. It's crazy. There's a lock. It's suspicious. Everything's bolted. There's something in here.
And you know what? If we're looking at the sort of in our mind maps, the layout, this shares a wall with the creepy room with the box in it. Am I right? And that's keeper. Yeah. It could all be connected. Because that room looks pretty small, and I think it's because half of it is this room number 1.
You remember, I have a terrible sense of spatial recognition and a terrible sense of direction, right? I mean, I'm even trying to draw this and I can't make it happen. So I'll just go with what the two of you say. How close is this Mr. Dunstan? Is he within earshot of all of our conversation, or are we?
He's about 25 or 30 feet away, but he seems to be walking down away from you, down the side of the lake, just looking out wistfully over it. He's carrying a fishing rod over his shoulder.
Okay, so we don't have to really worry about him being nearby. That's the fella whose tire you slashed, by the way.
Well, now we got an excuse to talk to him, or at least you do. I don't think he'd talk to the likes of me, but Now you can work your feminine wiles.
Hey, man, I don't know how often those work. This is the first time it's worked in my life. I must have picked up something from my sisters.
I got feminine something, but it ain't wiles.
All right, Mildred. What are you doing now?
Well, I'm trying to decide if I should go down with them and ask Mr. Dunstan when he checked in, or if I should just go ahead and try to take a crowbar to this door and have them cover my six.
Do you want to do that by yourself?
Well, I need someone to watch. If you both watch from both directions, we're all covered.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I'm going to need a strength roll.
I'm going to whistle.
And because
to cover the sounds of what she's doing.
It's a very big padlock, but just a regular success is all I need.
25.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good roll.
The padlock goes after a little resistance, and you're able to unlock. There's big double barn doors, and they both have handles that you can twist open. Do you go in?
I'd like to say, what's the worst that could happen? And open the door.
Oh my God.
Excellent. And Artemis and Zip, do you stay outside keeping watch, or are you going to go in as well?
I'm going to keep whistling and start backtracking towards where Mildred's opening the door. Being very suspicious, very nonchalant about it.
I'll do the same, but boy, I wish we had that shotgun.
Mr. Dunstan is far enough away down towards the lake. He's walking toward a copse of trees at the far end of the lake, and he doesn't turn around and see you. There's no one else around. As the three of you duck in, there are just outside the door, there are two big oil barrels that have taps in them. It must be where he got his oil can earlier. And inside, as you open the door, there are small windows, but it's very, very dark inside these rooms because the windows are shuttered. The only light is the light that you brought in with you from opening the doors. Do you close them behind you?
Are there any of the oil lamps that I hung around with what's his nuts? Are any of those hanging around?
Yes, there's one hanging by room number 5, the closest room to you on the lakeside.
Excellent. I'm going to grab one of those.
Excellent. And he already had lit them for the night as the sun is setting right now.
Great.
And as you look in the room, there are some cardboard boxes. There is a wooden table that looks like some sort of medieval torture device. It's got leather straps and some dark stains in the wood. But and then in one corner, there is a sheet that's been pinned up as if to create another space in the room.
Well, it's perfectly normal for someone to have an Iron Maiden in the middle of a hotel.
That Mr. Brophy's a regular lounge lizard.
Sure.
Are you saying that in that volume?
No. No. I would whisper it. That Mr. Brophy's a regular lounge lizard.
Shh. All right. You're inside a sort of workshop, and the doors close behind you. The walls are made of a drywall, but the floor is just concrete. I'm going to need all three of you to roll for stealth. Well, actually, just Zip, because you were talking.
I got caught talking in class.
The other two of you don't have to roll just yet.
I rolled a 70.
Oh, no.
This is disgusting. Look at this. What are these straps? I don't know about that. I didn't think he was a good Christian, but still. Krystina's duck. This is messed up. What was that dark stain?
Shh.
As Artemis shushes you and puts a finger to your mouth while holding the oil lamp, you hear from behind the curtain what sounds like the sliding of wood against wood.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. I take my hand off of her mouth, and with my other hand, I reach into my bag and I fumble for my my surgical kit, my father's surgical kit that I always keep with me, the one with the engraved scalpel.
You have
a
scalpel on you? Sure.
I have it. I have it all wrapped up in this little kit that I have in my bag. It's like a little.
Oh, it's like a miniature kit.
Yeah, it's like, you know how you take makeup brushes when you travel? Well, these are my surgical tools.
That's cute. Nice you see me like pop my switchblade.
That's fine. That's fine.
Take a swig from my flask.
You really have to slow down on all that stuff.
Mildred, what are you doing?
Mildred's got a little tiny handgun. A very, very small little tiny handgun that she pulls out of her trouser pocket.
A little Derringer.
Yeah, you got a little Derringer pistol. All right.
Do you still have that crowbar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Crowbar,
so crowbar and a Derringer. A crowbar and a Derringer. Yes, Mama.
Perfect.
I'm holding up my thing and holding my little scalpel.
You hear another very similar sound of the sliding of wood against wood, and then you hear what sounds like a big plank just drop. And then another one drop.
Actually, guys,
to the floor.
Don't you think we could just get out of here? I feel like getting out of here is a better idea than staying here. How about we get out of here?
Is there a place to hide?
Let's just get out of here. Let's just leave.
As you start to turn on your heel and run, it's too late. And you see the curtain whip back, and a skeletal figure, naked from head to toe, as a man, and behind him is a woman, also completely naked. In the middle of his chest is a hole. Ow, I hit myself. And coming from it are red lines, and the lines go into every vein you can see throughout his whole body. And that is where we will take our 10-minute break. Uh-oh. Okay, we will be back here in exactly 10 minutes. So 8:35 p.m. Pacific time. Everybody hold tight to find out what happens to Mildred, Artemis, and Zip. Yay! Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back, and in just a minute, we're going to get into some crazy combat that is happening as our investigators were not too quiet while snooping in a workshop. But before we do, I promised a giveaway. So let's do that right now. If you want to be entered to win, we're streaming to 3 different places, but you need to be in Twitch chat. So go to twitch.tv/TheBeccaScott if you're not there and you want to be there, and type in the keyword !Brophy, which of course is the name of the proprietors of this motel, their last name, the Brophy brothers. So type !Brophy in chat and you will be eligible to get a PDF of the Keeper's Rulebook for Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. I got one. I love it. I use it a lot. It's just some light reading for a rainy day. All right. The magic to win is called Twitchcraft. That's correct. That's correct. And Art and Henry, you know that magic because last night on this very same stream, you won yourself a dice catapult. No big deal. No big deal. All right. Brophy with a Y. B-R-O-P-H-Y. Critter Nation, look what you've done to me. All right. I'm going to hit the button. I have 29 people entered right now. Last chance. Here we go. I'll type it in chat one more time for a spelling. Oh gosh, but I should not be eligible. We'll make that. We'll make that work. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, we got 30 people. I'm gonna roll it, and Critter Nation. Well done, Critter Nation. I'm gonna shoot you over. I should already have it, but if you would please whisper to me your email address, then we'll get you your PDF. All right. Without further ado, let's bring back our incredible guests. Welcome back, Krystina, Arielle, Anjali, Bhimani, and Jasmine Bhullar. Hello, hello. Uh-oh, we're in the wrong order.
There we go. Thank goodness.
Much better.
I know. There was a great disturbance in the force there for a moment.
There was indeed.
Here, let me go right back to where I was right before we ended.
Please describe. Yes.
That was it.
That looks about right. All right. So Zip, Mildred, and Artemis are entering into combat. The way that combat works in Call of Cthulhu is
all of us die.
We run.
All of you die. You move in dexterity order. So we'll go off of the dexterity of the 2 creatures who have just burst from behind the sheet hanging in this workshop room, this very dark room where Artemis, you're holding the only light source. And I'm going to need everyone's dexterities.
80.
60. It looks like Zip is the zippiest.
Zippy! Don't ask why. Don't ask, don't tell.
And then...
we all know. Nice try, dude.
We all characters know each other. You're a illicit drug trade. And then Anjali.
Anjali with the call out.
Stay in school, don't do drugs.
I mean, do them responsibly.
Do the safe ones.
And in Oregon.
Yeah, where it's legal.
The consequence of this most recent election. All right, back to the world of Squatter's Lake. Friend. You are in a dark room, and Zip, you are the first that's able to move. The 3 of you had discussed perhaps running. That seems to be no longer an option without being seen.
This is scary. I don't like it. Never seen nothing like this before. I've seen a lot of ish in my lifetime. Becca, never seen nothing like this. I'm gonna just scoop up that lantern and throw it and hope.
Go bigger, burn down this wooden motel. All right, let's see what happens.
Out of the blaze of glory.
Probably a really bad idea.
No.
But maybe somebody will see the smoke. They'll come and help us because this is too much for me.
To quote Mildred, what could possibly go wrong?
So yeah, I'm just gonna take that oil lantern and chuck it.
Absolutely, you can do that.
And as she grabs it, as if in slow motion, I go, no.
No. All right. Are you actually resisting Artemis?
No.
As Zip grabs the.
I don't think I have. I'm too like. There's no resisting anything at this moment.
Well, if you told me to stop, I feel like I'd listen. I respect Smarty Artie. Tons of respect.
I think you're faster than I am at the moment.
All right. In case anyone has just hopped into the stream, before the break, what happened was they went into a workshop in the Squatters Lake Motel after a creepy proprietor has left them to their devices. And in this room where Mildred had broken the lock off of the door, there was medieval torture device boxes. And behind the curtain, we now know where you can see behind these two creatures, the wooden crates. That was probably the sliding wood sound you heard, similar to the crates that Zip saw through the keyhole of the other room. And these creatures look like they were once human, maybe rather recently human, and no longer are human. Their skin is a pale grayish blue, and you can see the red veins all illuminated through their sickly looking flesh, and a gaping hole in the middle of their chest.
Does that gaping hole, as a doctor, does that gaping hole look like something that perhaps a large gauge shotgun would have created, like a large firearm would have created in their chest, or something that was cut? Can I tell at this moment?
Ooh, at this moment, let's see, you're in the heat of combat, so it's very hard to discern, but perhaps on your turn, you can both make a move and take a moment to use your science skill or your medicine skill to ascertain that. Let's see what happens with Zip's grabbing of the lantern and throwing it in just a moment. Mildred, what are you going to do with your derringer and your crowbar in hand? And we'll call it, and then we'll resolve it in dexterity order.
Well, I'm going to grab my derringer, and I'm going to hold it in front of my face, and I'm going to say, "Oh, what kind of bimbo comes after a bunch of dames?" and aim straight for the eyeball.
Okay, you're actually going to act first because firearms act first in combat order. So go ahead and give me a firearms handgun skill check.
Get it, girl.
Ooh. That's a 97.
Ooh, okay,
that is at least a fumble.
Could we push it?
I thought 100. I thought 100.
Or is that bad?
You can push the shot if you'd like, but if you push a roll and you do not succeed, the consequences could be extreme.
So here's the thing: with rifles and shotguns, I have a 60. With handguns, I have a 20. So it doesn't change.
Why the hell do you have a handgun?
Because it looks nice and it goes with the outfit.
I should have got you that shotgun.
All right. Are you pushing the roll, or should we throw this lantern?
Can she use any luck to mitigate?
7.
Okay.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, describe to me your first. You start and you're so taken off balance. It's hard to grab when you have the wrench in your crowbar in your other hand. You can't really get an aim because they're so close. What do you do to push the roll?
I'm gonna throw the crowbar.
Awesome. All right, so you've distracted them. Give me another roll for a handgun.
18.
Oh,
okay. All right, and were you aiming for the man or the woman? The man's in front.
The man, right in the eyeball.
Right in the eyeball. All right, let's see. Let's roll a D4. Oh, okay. I rolled a D4 and got a 4. So 4 points of damage onto this zombie mother effer. And let's see. Oh my. Okay.
Take that, your
it's
bimbo.
Moving towards you. It went right into his eyeball and just sort of the eye just sort of congealed around it, and the bullet just pierced into it. He's taken back for a second. Then he groans and moves towards you and says,
"Oh, I'm definitely throwing the lantern now."
Here. He seems to be able to talk.
He said what?
You shouldn't be in here. And he's going for the closest person's neck, which is Artemis. Now, Zip, you grab this this oil lantern and threw it at these guys. So give me a throw skill.
Save me, Zippy.
I'm not that great at throwing, though. Could one argue this is maybe a sleight of hand?
Yeah, just give me your strength, actually, because you're very close to them, and Artemis allowed you to grab the lantern. It seems like, honestly,
I got a 51. I think I just barely pass. Yes, I just barely pass.
All right. Yeah, the oil lamp flies from your hand and it drenches the man in oil, and immediately fire comes up his moving corpse. Let's see. I think fire is going to be a good amount of damage. Let's roll a d10. Okay, you do 5 damage to him as he's burning, but I think he's going to continue to take damage as each round of combat goes on, as he is now on fire. The female behind him is not. She was shielded by the man's body.
What do I use?
No! You angered Galaki. And he starts moving closer. Artemis.
Glocky? Like a Glock? Yes, when you need Phyllis. That was for you, baby. That was for you. That was for you, Reba.
I'm really about Mrs. Phyllis.
Oh God, I love this game. Okay, so I don't have my thing anymore in my hand, and I have my scalpel, which I'm realizing more and more is just completely useless to me. Is there anything nearby that is within grabbing distance of me?
I think the crowbar is a couple feet in front of you as Mildred has thrown it, but she was closest to the door when she did. So it's in between. Gotcha. It's kind of near you. You want to make a move for it?
Yes, I'm going to make a move for the crowbar.
Okay. Because this is kind of a complicated action, because I imagine then you're going to swing it. So let's have you roll for dexterity to see if you can grab it quickly enough before he's able to get you. And then we'll have you roll fighting brawl to see if you can whack him or her with...
Going down! Yes! So it's a 42. My dexterity is 60, so that's a success. And what do I then have to do?
Swing that crowbar. Who are you going for, the guy or the lady?
Oh, the lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your fighting brawl skill, which I believe is 35.
Ooh, that's a little brutal. Yes! 19.
Oh, that's almost the hard.
Sucker!
No,
sorry, that's not ladylike at all, but I am a tomboy.
As you swing, you aim right for the back of her noggin, and it connects with a loud, and you see just sort of a green ooze start to come from the back of her skull. You can tell that.
Can I make a specific move?
Oh, please. Yeah, describe.
Okay, so you know how the crowbar is. So the crowbar is like hooked, like that. I swing, and that hook goes right in the back of her brainstem area.
Yo,
right in the back of your brainstem. Get it right in that soft.
Okay, yeah, it's like you hit, right, and then there's a yank element to
it. Exactly.
Yeah,
I know anatomy, bitches.
All right. Well, let's see. This is a pretty intense weapon here. Let's call that a D6. All right, you did 5 damage.
Okay, so I don't know where I got that sound from. It just feels like something that might be popular in the future.
Pew pew. So pew, pew. Now it's their turn.
Oh no.
And this couple is moving towards you. Artemis, you were the closest, and the man makes a grab for you, maybe by your arm, the closest thing he can reach.
Fair.
And combat. Let's see. Let's see if he's able to grab you.
Guys, I am so squishy.
No big whiff. He is literally on fire right now, not in a good way.
Not in the good way.
Like,
And I'm really little. He probably went like this, and I was like,
you have angered. You will be a servant of Galaki and Mrs. Smith. All the while, sort of ducked forward, and after she was hit with the crowbar, and took a leaping step towards Zip. And Zip, oh yeah, just barely. She goes for you. She grabs you around the middle, and she's thin and skeletal, but strong. And
she's still got a crowbar in the back of her brainstem. I just want to put this out. Like,
crowbar is still hanging out.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on.
Okay, you're holding her back. All right, so let's have her roll with a penalty die as it's locked in there. Let's see. Okay. And she was able to succeed even with the penalty die.
Ew.
Ooh, she's a brawler. She's got long nails that have not been cut in what looks like several years. They have turned sort of calcified into talons at this point. She's going to do 1d3 plus 1d4. Okay, 3 damage to Zip.
Okay.
All right.
It's not great. It's not great, guys.
All right. We enter into another round of combat. And Mildred, are you going to shoot the pistol again, or are you going to do something else?
Oh, it's risky. It's a risky move. But I might get into hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see. You would be your third index order. So we'll have you prepare. What kind of a move? Are you just going to go for them with your hands or like a punch?
I'm going for the eyes again, but this time with my fingers.
Okay, perfect. And Zip and Artemis. Zip, what are you going to do?
To the guy who's on fire or to the chick?
Whichever one gets in the way first.
Oh my
Cool.
God.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to knock this rotten tomato back onto that surgical table. Get her off me. Just like one swift kick to the chest.
Oh, all right. Yeah, the surgical table is on
right in the surgical wound.
There's actually
Pow.
another table behind the curtain, and it's got some jars on it full of a liquid, and one of them is full of these long needle-like spines. And then there is the sort of torture table in the bigger part of the room. So you can kick her back onto either one of those. And Artemis, what's your plan with the crowbar still in your hands?
I feel like I'm still trying to just keep her off of Zip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
You kind of have control over her with this crowbar still a little lodged in her brain. We'll see if she's able to.
I'm tiny, but I'm hanging on for my girl.
Yeah, she was not able to break free of it earlier. Okay, so Zip, you get to move first. So you're going to kick her back or just knock her back?
Knock her back.
Okay, give me a fighting brawl.
And by the way, I'm just preparing as I see her rearing to do this. If she manages to kick her back, I'm letting go of the crowbar.
Okay.
Oh my God, I got a 6.
Yes!
That is incredible. I think that's an extreme success. Yeah. Okay.
I was over here just trying to be the 60.
You described to me exactly what you do.
So I seeing that the good doctors kind of like pulled her off me using the crowbar, you just see Zip like kind of balance herself against the nearest surface and just like kick with both legs right into the chest cavity to try to push this thing back.
Absolutely. Okay. As you would be pushing her backwards, she'd be going back behind where the curtain was, and she flies backward. Let's see what kind of damage you do. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. You push her so hard that the crowbar, as Artemis was watching and prepared to yank the crowbar away, the crowbar takes even more skull out of the back of her head, and she stumbles backwards onto the workbench that was behind the curtain. And on it, as she falls back onto all of these jars full of green goo, they break apart and shatter, and glass fills her decrepit, unliving cold flesh, stabbing into her all up and down. And the jar that was holding these thick black spines stabs up through her. When the glass breaks, they seem ready, seeking out flesh, and you can see them come up through the other side of her skin, and she takes a lot of damage.
So do these spines seem like they are actually moving to her? Like you said, they seem like they were ready. Like, I'm just taking your words there.
Yeah.
Or they were inanimate. Were they inanimate or were they mobile?
Yeah, they look inanimate, but if you want to make part of your role using your biology skill, you can earlier we're talking about trying to suss out what going on with the wound using your biology skill. So you want to go ahead and
let's get the good doctor doing it. That is an 11, and my biology skill is 70. I know all about these creatures now. I have X-ray vision.
That is an extreme success, and you know all about the fact that what you see happen within those jars is not natural, is not anything of the world that you've ever seen. These jars are not just full of liquid. This green matter that oozes out onto the table starts to move up over the zombie's body and move all around it in a way that is something organic, something alive. And the spines themselves seem to seek to drive deeper up through the undead flesh. And I'm going to need you to roll for sanity. As you see, this is not.
I mean, what could possibly be abnormal about that? So I'm trying to roll under 50.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. 33.
Okay, you steel yourself. You know this isn't right, but you don't have time to think about that right now. And
I just almost performed a dorsal lobotomy. I've never heard of a dorsal lobotomy. I've only heard of a frontal lobotomy. I feel proud of myself.
I'll let you take another action since you were able. That was an extreme success. If you also want to take a physical action, you've got the crowbar in your
Yes, because I've got the crowbar. So as I see that happening, and I'm assuming these things, as I see these things happening, like they're attacking her. They're not making her better per se. Like or can I not tell?
Seeking something out, but it seems to be harming her.
Okay, great. So I see that, and I shake it off, and I swing around to the dude on fire.
Yeah, he most recently tried to grab for you, but he's still burning.
Yeah, he's still burning, but he's still moving, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to swing around and go for him.
Okay, give me a brawl.
I don't trust this shit. A 1. 00 and 1 is a 1, right? It's not 3 zeros. Is bad.
Yeah.
Now that's a critical.
Look, I wish I could. I want to tip this. I want to show you. It's my rainbow dice. Oh, I can't show you.
Oh, pull it closer to you.
Rainbow dice. With a lot of dice. Rainbow dice, but these are the rainbow ones.
Have saved us once again.
Yes, yes, they have. Or the psychedelics. Back to drugs.
The psychedelics.
These are my magic mushroom dice. Okay, so as we were.
Yeah, describe to me how thoroughly you bash him with this crowbar. Wow,
I'm so wildly freaked out by what I just saw, but also super high on adrenaline after having pulled off a chunk of skull from Mrs. Smith over there, that when I swing around, I go again with the hook. I go for Duder, and I lodge it right here in his neck area, and I yank so hard it takes his head off.
The neckle region.
It does. Yes. And you do double damage when you roll a crit success. So that definitely rips the head off this undead creature as the female creature is still writhing on the workbench table. Artemis, you have taken down this disgusting zombie thing.
And that's anatomy for you, children. Study your anatomy.
Good job, ladies. I'm gonna go disseminate the cover story. And I go outside and I'm like, oh, car misfired. Sorry for the. And I just try to see if there's anybody out there.
But are you wounded?
I am, but I'm worried about people coming.
Well, Mildred actually has one more action, and the female zombie is not completely
my bad.
incapacitated. But I like where you're going with that because maybe Mildred can finish her off. Mildred, what are you going for?
Come on, girl.
Come on. Grabbing at my brawl attack was what I was gonna do. I still want to do it though.
With all the goo?
Yeah. So what I'd like to do is run up on her and go ah! with both of my fingers out and try to like run at her, like run her through the wall, like to the wall, like.
I love it. All right, give me a brawl roll.
Like a football tackle.
Like this? That's like a Three Stooges football tackle.
I'm going to let you roll with a bonus die if you need it because she's so incapacitated. And a bonus die is you get to roll your tens die twice. And take the better.
Oh, Beam. Ah, where'd it go? Oh, okay. Because I got a 15 and it's 25.
Oh, you got, yeah. Okay, you take your fingers and slam so deeply into her eye sockets as you are angry. This scent of fire and burning undead flesh. Your friend Zip was grabbed out with her hideous claws, and you just say, no. And her eyeballs
bad zombie
in their sockets. Bad zombie. And the spines continue to do work upon her flesh, and she just ceases to move. She sort of shrivels around these spines that are poking up through her body as the ooze moves around the hole in her chest, and she's done. She's done. All right, so Zip, you were running to work on the cover story.
Yeah, waylay any people that might have been attracted by the noise because we made a lot of noise in there. I think there was like a bit of a pop. Probably say that was a car.
There was some sound. Yeah, there's still a smoldering zombie body sitting on the ground, but the floor is cement, so it doesn't look like anything else is catching at the moment. He is continuing to burn in there.
What's going on with Gooey Lady? Is she like with the goo? What in the spikes? Are they still moving? You said it's going around the hole, but is it like still like is it dissolving her? Is it? It's still just kind of it's just kind of there, and the spines are just chilling.
The spines are chilling.
Intriguing.
What a great night for a barbecue! Great night to
grill. Are you guys leaving the room?
I'm investigating. I want to see if I can figure out anything more about all of this stuff.
Sure.
Also, I want to take a look at Zip and make sure that she's okay before we, let her leave. I know she's.
Do you want to do that here, or you do have the keys to 3?
That's right. We do have our rooms. We have a real room. Right. Oh. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run over to that table where all of the vials and the things and the whatever were. I'm sure there's an empty vial there of some kind.
Yeah, there's an empty jar.
Right. Mm-hmm. An empty jar. Does it have an empty lidded jar? Perhaps?
Yeah, it's there's a second level. There's like a flat shelf underneath the workbench, and there's a lidded jar.
Okay, excellent. Any metal tools? Anything that I can scoop with?
Yeah, there's
I want to scoop some of the goo and I want to scoop some of the goo and spines into this jar, lid it, and take it with me.
Okay. There's no shovel around, but there are cardboard boxes behind you. And as Artemis is doing that, you can sort of root around in there. Zip and Mildred, it seems like you two were heading out to see if anybody was around.
Yeah, like is Mr. Durant on his way over here now? Is he getting all nosy?
Dunstan.
Dunstan, yes. My bad.
Yeah, absolutely. He's walking up. He looks concerned.
Yeah.
He's a very stern looking man, very tall, very brawn, with his little pup yipping at his heels. And problem.
I'm really good at talking fast, so I'm gonna try to do that here. I'm gonna be like, Mr. Dumont, was that your name? Dunstan. Yeah. So here's the deal, buddy. Come here. Some hooligan slasher tires. We came in here to look for tools. We're gonna place it for you on the DL. Follow me. Let's go ascertain the damage. I saw these kids snooping around your car, doing all kinds of stuff. I chased them off with my cane, but one of them slashed your tire on the way out. We were in here to try to look for a spare. Me and the wonderful Mildred here couldn't find anything in there, and we accidentally knocked over some stuff. The good doctor's putting it all back together. Don't worry about that. Let's go take a look at your car. I don't know what else those hooligans probably did. Nice car. Checked it out myself. Love that yellow color. Very unique. Very special. Very great. Love it. That Buick. Beautiful. I'm sure it runs beautifully, but I don't know what they did to it. I saw them throwing rocks at it, I think, doing all kinds of stuff, but the tire completely flat.
Okay, give me a roll for fast talk. He looks around. Hooligans. My Buick is my pride and joy.
I got a 29, and my fast talk is 70.
940. Your fast talk is 942.
Yeah. I'm so glad that the fast talk level really lives up to what this character is bringing. Yes, absolutely, you succeed. He follows you around the building, and you're inspecting the car. But there definitely was a lot of noise. So let's see what else happens. Artemis. Oh, sorry, Mildred. What are you doing?
I'm just standing there nodding, and I'm gonna make my way, if you don't mind. After that great barbecue, hence that roasty smell, I'm gonna make my way back to my room and take a shower.
Sure. Mildred, you encounter some other occupants that are peeking out of their rooms, out of room. Let's see. The young man who's, you assume based on the voice you heard earlier in the day, is peeking his head out of room 8. And then there is a young woman as well. In room 7, you can see the numbers on their doors. They're peeking their heads out, and they look very concerned. Is everything all right? It's a young woman who's asking you, Mildred. We heard a commotion. We heard some slamming around. It sounded like someone was in trouble.
Well, you can just check back with the proprietor. I was doing my exercises and doing a little lifting and got a little all out of sorts with my makeshift weight bar, just trying to make sure that I keep in shape, and you can always double check with him on that. And we were roasting some meats, and that's why we've got this pungent smell of charcoal. We found some charcoal down by the boathouse. It's just been a grand old day, but don't you bother yourselves. I'm sorry about all the commotion and the ruckus, but we'll try to keep it down for the remainder of the evening.
You look here. See, this is exactly the sort of thing that's been strange. It's the young, red-headed, pimply man talking, very scrawny and skinny. And the woman who is leaning out of room 7, she's very petite, looks in her mid-20s. She's a mixed-race woman. She looks very put together, but not like flashy. Nothing she's wearing is expensive. She's got a little sweater set on. I'm so glad to see another woman in this place. I've been staying here a couple days, and there's been some strange things happening. Are you sure you're all right?
I'm doing just fine. I wanted to rinse off a little bit, but could I come back and talk to you and maybe trouble you to tell me what's happening? I love to be abreast of where I'm staying and know all the information. Women traveling alone, we got to watch out for one another. So maybe you could give me a little more information on what I can be on the lookout for. I'm traveling with a couple of my pals, and it'd be nice to talk to you. Love the sweater.
I agree. I've got to get to bed soon. I want to leave in the morning, but Thank you so much. Yes, please come back to my room, number 7, right here. Later on.
Yes, it'll just be a quick rinse off. So give me about a good 5 minutes, and let me talk to my pals, and I'll be right back with you. I'll just knock, knock, knock. But don't you trouble your head. There's nothing going on right now. It's great. It's great to me. Mildred Jean.
Sarah Bonner. She nods to you, and she nods to the pimply-faced gentleman, and she goes back into her room and closes the door. And he just starts talking, muttering to himself, pacing back and forth, scratching his head. You can talk to him in just a moment. Let's check in with Artemis. Artemis, were you able to look around and see anything in those cardboard boxes there? Do you want to give me a spot hidden roll?
I do want to give you a spot hidden roll. I certainly do. Oh, this is my day. That is a 15, and that is it is not an extreme good, but it's less than half. Because my spot hidden is 35.
Yeah, that's a hard success. All right. You definitely find in the boxes, you find a small shovel that you were looking for. In a different box, you find suitcases and pieces of clothing. You find a jacket with A. Hickey written on it on the washing label, and you find 2 gold wedding rings and lots of women's jewelry. It says, "To my darling Paige," inscribed in a bracelet, and a gold watch that says JS on the clasp.
Oh, crap. All right. So basically what I'm conjecturing right now is that whatever, okay, I'm going to just share this with the ladies when I get back to them. I don't need to tell them this. I'm going to grab the JS item. You said it was a ring or a bracelet?
It was a watch that said JS on the clasp.
Like I said, it's a watch that says JS on the clasp. I'm going to grab that, shove it in my bosom. They're very good storage space. I'm going to shovel some of the goop into one of the jars. I'm going to lid it up nice and tight. See if there's anything around that I can, like a plastic or anything that I can wrap around it or anything.
There is the sheet still hanging. But they didn't really have just like,
random saran wrap,
lying around
wax, I'm going to rip off part of the sheet, wrap it around this, take the whole thing and put it in my satchel. And then I'm going to take a deep breath, look around, look at these corpses, and get myself together and walk out the door as if it's perfectly normal that I'm walking out of this door.
Okay.
And what do I see? Do I see the ladies?
You don't see Zip because Zip walked around to the other side of the motel with Bill Dunstan. And Mildred is standing there talking to the redheaded gentleman. That's Mildred. Right. Let's go back to what you're doing right now.
So has enough time passed for me to have run in, just rinsed the goop off? It all comes back to goop.
Yeah,
but,
you went back to your hotel room for sure. So I assume you took, since you're paying for the rooms, you took number 4.
You took the double.
Big double.
She took the double.
Yeah,
I did.
And Zip saw you go in there. You've rinsed off your goop, Mildred. Do you all want to go to your rooms, or do you have anything else? You don't see William wandering around.
So that redheaded dude just went back in his room?
He's still sort of pacing, and he just keeps like going in his room, leaving the door open and peeking out, looking towards the workshop where he heard the sound, and then going back in his room and sort of mumbling by the doorway. This is strange. I've never seen anything like this. This place is good.
Anyone ever tell you you're a squirrely fella?
Oh, is that supposed to be some sort of compliment? Yeah, I am what I am. And he pushes up his glasses.
Well, you seem a little nervous. Is there a reason for you to be nervous? Is this just your general disposition?
Look, I might be a little jittery, all right, but that's, well, my friend is missing. We were supposed to meet here. See, he's coming from Boston, and I was coming from Arkham, and we were gonna figure out where we're gonna travel somewhere. Me and
Does
this
your friend have a name?
Abe Hickey. You haven't seen anybody named Abe, right? He's a big man, dark hair.
Afraid to say that I haven't.
Right.
Is there Have you heard from him? Did you get a post, a telegram, something? Did you have a signal, anything that you could communicate with one another and maybe know if, I don't know, some form of a system?
Well, yeah, we spoke on the telephone, but this was 2 weeks ago. I've been here 2 weeks staying here in this hotel, and they won't give me any information, but I know this is the place where we planned, where we were going to meet. I don't know what to do except just wait for him. There's no point in calling his parents' house.
It sounds a little expensive.
Just 50 cents a night. I can handle that for, well, I mean, really, it's all I can handle. I'm not really sure. I got kicked out of the house.
Why'd you get kicked out of the house? What'd you do?
He looks to you and he looks to Artemis. Zip, are you still, he's about to invite you into his room, but Zip, are you still talking to Bill Dunstan?
Nah, I ditched him. I was like, oh yeah, terrible. I'd help you if I could.
Inspecting,
so sad.
Hooligans. And you fast talk to him. He has no suspicion of you whatsoever. You can come back around and you meet up with him. You and your friends, how about you come into my room and we'll talk for a bit, huh? I don't, what if that William were to walk by? Strange guy.
Well, we're open-minded ladies, right? Ladies, we're open-minded. Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing untoward. I wasn't even thinking about that. Stuff like that. That's not even something I think about.
Right, of course.
Why can't you call his parents' house?
Well, I have called. I've called a lot of times, but now they just hang up. I called so many times.
I'm still side-eyeing him. Do I get the impression that this is that Abe is his boyfriend?
Roll for psychology.
Is this a bear twink situation? Because if so, I'm gonna probably be a little nicer because I understand why he's so squirrely then. I got a 2.
What? This is definitely a bear twink situation. Oh, you just twink is missing his bear. He's
no, Mr. Bear.
I just put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, listen, it's okay. You're in good company. I tell the ladies, let's go inside. He's fine. You're gonna be okay, buddy. We won't tell anybody.
As you follow him in and you sort of lead him in with your hand on his shoulder, he closes the door, and then if your hand's still there, he just turns into your shoulder and starts quietly weeping.
Yeah, he weeps into my shoulder. I like pat him like, oh, they're there. And I look at everyone really awkwardly.
I don't even know what to do. You seem like nice folks. I feel like this place is strange. I feel like my AB, I don't know. I can't even think what might happen to him.
Did you leave at the same time? You said he was coming down from Boston and you were heading up from Arkham?
Well, yeah, my parents kicked me out and he was going to try and mend stuff up with his, well, they found out about us and it's not a normal situation. They don't approve. I mean, not in 1920s. Totally cool.
I understand. Listen. The people I run in, people like to judge people that make kind of weird livings, but the reality is, a lot of us have been in those types of situations. And listen, you don't got to justify yourself to us. We got you. That's fine.
I mean, we're going to start a new life. I don't even know. I don't have a place to live anymore. That's why I've just been staying here and waiting.
Oh, you poor thing. What else have you seen since you've been here, though? You said you've seen some weird things.
Yeah, well, I hear a scratching coming from underneath the rooms at night. I see people show up, and then the next morning they're gone. Like this young man. There was this handsome young blonde man, and he stayed for one night, and I was going to go up and talk to him, but he came in very late at night, and then the next morning, he was gone already, and so was his car.
Did he happen to look like this? Let me show him the picture.
That's him. You looking for him? Oh, no. Oh, no. This is worse than I thought. I didn't want it to be true. I thought maybe Abe found another guy or something. I mean, that's the best I could hope.
Abe is... Look, we can still look. We don't know.
I'm Jacob Trent. My name's Jacob Trent. I never told you my name. I'm sorry. It's Jacob.
All right. That's all right. Look, we don't know definitely what happened to Abe. We just know that something suspicious is going on around here, right?
And we do know that he's at this hotel. He did check in.
Right.
Because I believe his name was on the sign-in sheet.
We know that. We know that he's on the side of the sheet, but we haven't told him that.
I think we should go take a look at his room. Well, there might be something in there.
I think that's a good
If
idea.
he checked in and he didn't contact you.
What room was he in on that sheet?
Room 1.
Okay.
Room 1. Oh, okay.
Before we go, Jacob, you said there's a scratching coming from underneath the ground in your room?
That's right. I hear it every night. Sarah, she said she heard it too.
Would it be possible for me to come in for just a moment? I don't mean to invade your privacy.
Oh, no, you're already, please look around. You're already in his room.
All right, so I want to crawl around the floor and knock and look for a hollow space, maybe a secret door.
Yeah, okay.
By the way, Mr. Dunson's dog seems to have come into the room. What a sweet little creature.
Yeah, the door was left slightly ajar, and that little pup just nosed his way in there. He must be so preoccupied with a slash tire.
Oh, it's quite all right, little man. Okay.
Just like that, the dog is gone.
Go back to Papa. Go back to Papa.
High production value.
Hey, man.
Krystina,
Kids and animals. Kids
We
and
even
animals.
cast the dog.
Yeah, well cast. Okay,
Cheap
Mildred.
shot. I know, cheap shot. It's just how we get it. It's either that or titties. So, dogs.
You're knocking on the floor. Yeah, stick it in the bosom, get the dog. Stick it in the bosom, get the dog. I love it. Mildred, you are crawling around on the floor. Jacob is kind of nodding along. He thinks this is a good idea. He sees you, and there's sort of a Navajo-inspired rug pattern, just a round rug in the middle of the room. As you're knocking and you're moving, do you want to give me a spot hidden roll, or do you want to?
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm sorry. So in my head, right, I'm like, oh, like I'm rolling around, I'm knocking on Jacob's floor, and then my brain started going, knock, knock, knocking on Jacob's floor. I stop playing in my head. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yes, I want to knock and see if floor hollow.
The floor is not too thin. There's a few layers of floorboards, and you know that the whole hotel is on these stilts, and there's a sort of crawl space underneath. If you slide, since you're already on the floor and you're knocking, you roll up the rug and slide it to the side, and there's a trapdoor.
I'm opening the trapdoor.
Oh, okay.
You do, and you see just darkness underneath. If you peer closely, you can see pebbles and dirt, maybe 4 feet drop below you. But you don't see anything else. It is now dark outside, and the oil lamps outside of the windows, or outside of each hotel room door, are doing their work on that side, but it's not shining a light underneath.
I take it torches don't. Like a torch.
Oh, like a flashlight?
I don't think you have one on you. But maybe if you're really excited to go back in that workshop.
Sounds like a setup, Becca.
Do you want to go down there? Or maybe you can roll for, let's see, if you can give me, I'm going to say an extreme success in Jacob's room. Perhaps there's one in the medicine cabinet.
Is there a Jacob's room skill?
Luck.
Okay. Get it, girl. Get it.
What'd you roll?
99.
No!
I got 99 problem and my dice are 1.
Oh, no.
You do not have any light. What would the three of you like to do if you've now found the trap door leading to below the motel?
Well, there's something underneath there. We gotta take a look.
Clearly, but it's nighttime, and I hate to break it to you guys, but we haven't had great success in dark rooms so far. That said, I don't know that there's any time to waste. What might we grab near? Can we grab another one of those oil lamps?
We could. I'm sure there might also be some type of work light or some apparatus in the garage.
Is there anything that we can grab nearby that is?
Yeah, you can go outside the room and grab that oil lamp.
No,
I'm gonna do that.
Jump in.
I'm grabbing the oil lamp.
Okay.
It served us well the
Mildred's
first time.
jumping in. Artemis went back for the lamp. Oil lamps seem to be doing you well. You can also still sort of smell fire slightly. Then are you diving underneath, going down this hole?
Mildred? Or me?
Everybody. Where are you?
I'm going to see Mildred jump in, and I'm going to try to roll Jacob off my shoulder and onto the bed and try to follow her.
What's the likelihood that I could grab a blanket, like a sheet, and hopefully it catches some wind on the way down, just in case?
It's 4 feet.
It's not too far.
Yeah.
You are at the end of the bed. You can hold on to the bed sheets as you lower yourself into the hole. Okay, Mildred and Zip, you've gone down in the hole beneath the motel itself. And Artemis, as you go back out the door and you grab the gas lamp, you see bursting angrily out of the workshop doors William with a fire in his eyes. He looks in the oil light lamp, skeletal as well, patchy and pocked, and he turns, and behind him there is a wheelchair, and he pulls it and turns it, and there's even an older man. He looks like he must be 100 or more, and he starts rolling towards you with a fierceness. He has the double-barreled shotgun in across his brother's lap in the wheelchair, and he starts rushing towards you.
I grab the goop out of my bag and I throw it at them. I just smash it to throw it at them, and yeah.
Sure.
Then grab the goop jar.
Give me a throw to let me know if it hits them or if it just sort of splatters in front of them.
I mean, either way, it's in the way. Goop in the way. Goop to the rescue.
Boomer
When I Paltru or whatever the fuck we decided her name was. What am I doing? Throw. Ooh. Throw is not good. I mean, couldn't this just be strength since I'm so close?
They're you're on the far end of the motel.
Okay.
Room number 8.
Yeah. 16. You want to see my dice again?
I trust you.
50 feet. You're lobbing this thing. This jar goes flying out of your hand and hits into the wheelchair of Robert Brophy, the older ancient man. The jar breaks and the glass shards fly into him. And as the goop washes over his body, nothing happens. As William looks down at what's just happened, as he stands over his brother, he looks up at you. Yes, the fluid of Galaki. Yeah, will stop us. That's a clever girl. And he grabs the shotgun and cocks it.
Good news.
He cocks it again. And then he realizes it's empty and reaches into his pocket. You have a moment.
I run to the ladies.
Okay. Mildred and Zip, as you're underneath. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And I grab Jacob and I'm jumping under the thing with them.
Okay, great.
And basically, I'm going under.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence roll. Okay. It's 68 and my intelligence is 70.
Okay, you locked the door behind you and you closed the trap door.
Yes,
Mildred and Zip, you are moving around on the dirt underneath the motel itself. You hear the scuffle coming from your friend Artemis, and as you're moving along, there is a box, a long wooden box, 6.5 feet long, in front of you.
Is it making that sound?
What sound?
You
want to listen?
I'm gonna point it out.
By the way, as I come jumping down, can I be like, William, brother, They're monsters. They're the ones. They're in charge. They're the ones doing all of this. We have the bullets.
All right, we're going to go back to our dex order as our friends, the box right in front of you, the lid slides out and you see the once beautiful man in the photograph you've been carrying lurches out from over the top, and he's wearing his Letterman's jacket from high school.
Oh, baby.
His college boy going off to see his sweetheart is never going to see dear Emily again. And you can tell he's wearing a shirt, but you can tell from the veins going up his neck that are exposed in bright red, as well as the hole in the shirt itself, that he's received a similar treatment to those strange creatures you found in the workshop.
Did we ascertain when we were in the workshop from Artemis's role whether these creatures are living or dead?
They're undead.
Undead, right?
They are not human.
But it has the same old, like, big old
question.
Does he have that same old sawed-off shotgun hole in his chest? Like, is that what it looks like, or does it look like a?
It's a narrower than a shotgun blast. You can tell that the spines. It's a very clean hole. Like it looks like something very sharp just penetrated through with like a fine point.
Okay.
Almost like a giant piercing.
Oh, James.
And I'm going to need all three of you, which we probably should have done when we fought zombies earlier. Roll for sanity.
Oh, right. Well, but now, I mean, come on. We've seen them before. Now it's like old hat.
It's never old hat when you see a beautiful young face like that. An undead body.
So do I have to roll under my current sanity?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
44, so I'm fine.
14.
Okay.
I don't even think I register he's dead.
You're like, yeah, whatever. He looks good to me. Let's take him home
James,
to his bed.
Right? We really need to be taking what you're taking.
Did they put you in a box? James, you good? We've all had rough nights. You know, you're got a hole in your chest. I got a hole in my abdomen. James, buddy, why are you lurching like that?
Wow.
Mildred?
I got a 37. And
that's a success, right?
80.
All right.
Yeah.
He's coming out and lurching towards you, and you know he's not exactly completely undead. He's still got his youthful body intact, and he seems to still be able to move very well. His clothes are in tatters, but he is coming towards you. Let's see, but I believe that Zip's gonna get a chance to act first, and you can still hear William and the very old man that he was pushing coming, scrambling and banging on the door. They're trying to break it down to room number 8. Zip.
Okay, we gotta get out of here.
You think?
I look around. We're in like a crawl space underneath the building. Is there any way for us to get back to our car?
Or out, out, because I thought we were going to
out from underneath the building.
We could have crawled under in the building. So is there an exunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start going that way. I'm like, James, you look a little drunk right now. I don't really like where this is going. I'm just gonna head out.
Okay. Let's see. Are you all running?
I don't like being around osteopaths or whatever Mildred calls them. Don't like them.
And osteopaths. What you think? You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. I push Jacob in front of me away, like push him to run and tell him to run, because I don't want him going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on us.
Oh, that's right. We should have this little guy roll for sanity as well.
He can't see shit. He can't see shit.
Let's see. Oh no. He's never seen anything like this before.
Oh, you think?
He's not like the rest of you, and he's so scared of the implications that this could have for his dear lover. He loses some sanity, but he shakes himself and he stops and he just screams at the top of his lungs, but you're able to continue to push him.
Run! I just straight up mother him and go, run!
Okay. So you're all moving out from under the house, and as you do, James Frazier, is in close follow. Let's see. You hear then a door being slammed open. That would be them. And you hear a high-pitched woman scream.
Oh no! Oh shit!
You hear the screams of Sarah as she says, "Leave me alone, please, please, no, no, no."
And then nothing.
And you hear, it sounds like they're forcing her and dragging her out. You can hear them dragging her closer to the lake.
But dragging her out, because we're going, okay, so geography, help me. We're getting out of under the crawl space, and they are also getting out of the building. Are we all sort of going in the same direction?
No, they're going towards the lake, and you're going towards the road.
Motherfuckers. Get in the car.
All right, James is still running after you. Do all three of you get in the car?
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'm
driving.
Well, I mean, if you really want to get into it, I think
I'm driving.
All right. Can everybody roll for spot hidden?
I got a 23. My spot hidden's a 25.
Nice. I got a 16. My spot hidden is 35. So I'm half of under half.
Yeah.
Zip, on the side of the car that you got in the passenger side, you notice slashes in both of the tires.
Oh, Dunstan, you motherfucker. Oh, or
you want to hear something that's not as funny right now as it would be at a time that was not particularly this one, is that I took the spare tires out of the car to fit my
get out of the car.
Tire.
This car's not going anywhere.
Underneath in the trunk, there's like, you lift up the panel and it's just a trunk like a clothing.
Okay, we didn't have time to change the tires anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Jacob, where's your car?
As I
slap him. Jacob, get a hold of yourself, damn it.
It's right there.
Don't get Daffy on us now.
Let's get in, Jacob.
James Fraser has dragged himself out from under the motel, and he's reaching for the closest of you. And I think that Mildred and Zip, you were the ones that were under the house first, and Artemis, you took the time to drag Jacob. So I think he's coming for you again, Artemis.
I think he fucking is.
He got a crit failure. And
so he explodes, right?
That's
how this game works. I've never played this before.
And breaks his neck.
Spontaneously combusts, right?
He moves on stiff muscles, and his leg the bone just bursts out under his knee and rips out through his tattered jeans as he tries to slam it back in and move. He shouldn't be moving this fast in a newly dead body. The rigor mortis is strong. Okay.
Osteoarthritis is a terrible disease.
If you turn around and look, you can see now they've moved out from the other side. The screaming woman, who you now know was Sarah, the sweet woman that Mildred met earlier, along with William and Robert, who's gotten out of his wheelchair and is slowly moving along behind William. They have her in their clutches, and they're dragging her towards the copse of trees on the south side of the lake.
I want to get in the car and drive after them. That's my goal here.
Okay.
Jacob reaches in his pockets and he's feeling around. Let's see. What is his luck skill?
Come on,
he has his keys in his pocket. This dude doesn't have any luck. All right. We'll make it 50. Oh, he does. He crit succeeds, and his car is fine. He hands quivering. Hey, Artemis, you were gonna drive. I don't think Abe's.
Yeah, I got it. I grab it and I go. I hop in. Anyone coming for this ride, or is it just me?
No, I have in the back.
Okay.
The window's rolled down. I don't even open the door. I slide in legs first, right through the window.
Great. I'm assuming I'm gonna roll a drive auto. My goal is to speed towards them.
Sure, give me a drive auto.
Boom, come on, mushroom dice. Yes! That is a 10, and my drive auto is 20.
How so good tonight? This is insane.
I love this game.
All right.
I'm so glad I chose them over the.
I'm gonna buy a scratcher ticket and have Anjali.
But we can only do it if I use these dice. Like these dice have to be somehow
scratch the ticket
with the die. Oh yeah. Who needs a quarter?
I should tell my hubs. We should do that tonight.
All right. You definitely succeed on your driving roll. You throw it in reverse in his old junker Buick and back up. You sort of turn onto the road briefly, and then you can pull straight ahead. There's no trees really. It's kind of clear in between you and the people that are walking towards the big group of trees beyond. Mm-hmm. There's a woodsy area that they seem to be walking towards, but it's just clear, flat dirt.
Can I zoom by them and cut them off?
Sure. Is that all you want to do?
I mean, I'd love to run them over, but I don't want to fucking...
Okay, they are holding Sarah.
Wait. Mildred, you're with me, right? I don't want to run them over because they have Sarah, right? Unless Sarah is running and they are running after her. I don't
It's William, the younger of the two that you were speaking to earlier. He's got Sarah by the shoulders, holding her behind her arms, and she's struggling, but she's much smaller than he is, even though he seems very old. And then the other man is holding the shotgun, following behind them.
Hit the old man.
What are the chances I can hit the guy with the shotgun?
Let's go for it. Let's you snapped it on that drive auto. You don't need to roll again. Yeah. Oh. You slam into Robert Brophy, and his body shoots into the lake along with the shotgun that goes.
Oh no, I didn't want him to go into the lake. I wanted them. Okay, all right. That's all right.
That's that's the way you were driving.
That's not what I was aiming for, but that's okay. That's okay. That's not what I was aiming for, but that's okay. That's not the story I was trying to tell.
Okay. Tell me your story.
Okay, so if they're walking towards the lake with her, and he's walking towards the lake behind them. You said he was following them with the shotgun.
Yeah, they're walking along the lakeside towards the trees.
Because what I wanted to do was hit him like. Maybe I could just hit him right up against, because I'm trying to hit him not away from, I don't want to hit him into the water. I just want to hit him. I just want him to roll over my car or something. Do you know what I mean? How far up, can I hit him up?
If you came up from behind, you'd have to slam the brakes, and he's too close to the other people. The only way to sort of cut him off.
I can't get between him. I can't get between him and the lake and turn that way.
No, because they're walking against the lake. Against the edge of the lake where you saw Bill pacing back and forth with his dog earlier. They're walking along the lakeside. I want it. You hit him. And he flies into that lake.
Let's do it. Take it.
It goes.
All right, shotgun goes.
Crunching sound. And the shotgun actually flies out of his hands and slams into your windshield and cracks Jacob's windshield as his old decrepit body flies backwards. It's barely even able to, flexibly react. It's so stiff, this old man, and he is splash gone in the lake. William.
I just didn't want the shotgun to go with him. That's why I was concerned.
That's kind of
that was brutal. All I cared about was that
kind of brutal, Doctor. It's kind of tough to watch.
Better him than us.
Jacob needs to roll for sanity. I don't know if the rest of you do. Oh yeah, 98. He fails. Let's see what kind of sanity. Okay.
I feel like Zip would be kind of disturbed too. Even knowing that they're evil, we still hit an old man with a car. This is a little bit out of Zip's usual.
Okay, Zip, you can roll.
Doesn't disagree with the action, to be clear. Zip, totally agree.
I know you know there's a reason to push an old man down a flight of stairs. Okay,
there's a very good reason. Still hard to watch though.
Absolutely, you're right. You were in the back seat though, so I'm not gonna.
That's good because I rolled a 93, so we'll say I didn't see it. I was. I
got saw nothing.
I'm rolling this D6 of sanity loss for you.
I shouldn't have rolled.
You lose 4 sanity.
Okay.
You are stuck still in place, and you can't move from this back seat for a moment as you wrestle with the severity of what you've just seen. How's Mildred handling this?
Listen, like I said, better him than us. And I'm 1000% okay with it because he was going to probably expire soon anyway.
Yeah, you're not unfamiliar with certain older gentlemen expiring and their fortunes coming into your possession. So I think that this is fine by you. All right, as you pull up short, the shotgun has smashed the windshield as it flew out of his hands. Outside of the passenger window, Mildred, you're sitting in the front seat. William is closest to you, and he's holding Sarah. He looks between Sarah and you, trying to decide what to do next. And he grabs her and goes off towards the trees.
Mildred, grab the shotgun.
Oh, yes. Let me grab the shotgun.
Okay. Sure. I'll do all three of you get out of the car.
Did the old man reload the shotgun?
No, she has the bullets.
Oh, she does.
I gave her the bullets. Okay. That's why I said grab the goddamn shotgun. She's got the shotgun.
Yeah, in her pocket. Okay.
All right. Let's see. You, Artemis and Mildred, you're able to get out of the car. Zip, you're not quite. You're frozen in paralysis for a moment as you take in the fact of what is going on around you. And Jacob Trent is in the backseat, cowering alongside you and sort of grabbing your arm. So you're not quite able to open your own door yet. But Artemis and Mildred, are you going after towards the woods?
Is there any bit of a lull in his step? And with my 13 under my 60 hand, or with my shotgun score, is it possible that I get down into the kneeling position and aim at old buddy?
Ooh, okay. You're going to have to take a moment. He turned his back to you and he's taking the girl and he's moving towards the woods. So he's turned away from you. You have a moment to react. And yeah, he's not particularly fast. Anjali? And you're loading the two slugs into the shotgun for a moment.
Okay.
Artemis?
Brody?
Brophy? The Brophy brothers?
Yes. Broseph, I keep wanting to call them Broseph.
Brosephs?
Yes.
Let's just see what the shotgun does. Mildred.
No, I had an idea, but yeah. Go shotgun. Go shotgun. No, go shotgun. Go. If we have time to go shotgun, I wasn't sure if we had to do something.
He's chosen to move away from you because he has some sort of goal with Sarah.
I'm just while I see her getting stuff together, I'm just going to call out his name like a mother calling her son who's in trouble. Say, William Brophy, come back here right this minute.
He hears his name and he cocks his head slightly, then he keeps on dragging. And Sarah is pleading, looking pleadingly into your eyes. Please, I need your help. Help me. I don't know what's happening. Help.
I'm just going to keep following them until she gets that gun going.
Okay. Zip, you now are able to reach for the car door and open it and start to move out. Mildred, give me that shotgun blast. You've taken a knee. You've loaded the slugs. You cocked it. You aimed it.
And I go for his Achilles heel, like his little tendon in the back of his foot. And that's where I'm going to shoot towards.
That is a small moving target.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to need at least a hard success for the Achilles to specifically get hit. But you will hit him if you succeed in this roll.
Okay. And it's my firearms again?
It is your shotgun.
Your shotgun.
My shotgun. Yeah, firearms, rifle, shotgun.
Well, as a dilettante, of course, you've been trained in shooting ducks and plates and backyard parties.
Fun fact, I was also on rifle team when I was in JROTC.
What? That's a cool fact.
And that is a 10, my dude.
A 10? Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Let's see. That is an extreme success. His Achilles on his right side shoots out from under him, and he makes the horrible guttural sound as he reacts and releases Sarah. She's able to run, and they're right on the edge of the forest.
Does she run towards us, or does she run farther in?
Oh, she runs towards you guys.
Okay, good.
And just then, she keeps running up towards the motel. And as she goes around, you can see her. And she probably should have gotten in your car, but didn't seem to have that foresight. She's probably running for her own car. And James Frazier has crawled under the motel and grabs her by the ankles.
No!
Why would you run towards him, you dizzy old biddy?
This is a handsome boy. She didn't know he was there.
That's true.
All right.
You don't have
He's
to
drunk.
give a gadfly.
Still not realizing that he's a zombie. He's drunk. Why would you run towards him?
All right.
He's drunk and handsy.
William Brophy has very low dexterity, and he can't come at you. His Achilles is gone out from under him, but he's not quite human either, and he continues to move back towards you after Sarah left his clutches. And let's see. I think Zip, you're the next up in dexterity order.
All right. I'm gonna run towards Sarah, and dude's got her by the ankles. So he's like, because he's crawling out from under the house. So he
grabbed her by the ankles, and she fell flat on her face. She was running towards her car.
Yeah.
Beat up, pick up.
I'm gonna run and leg drop while he's on the ground. Just try to do a little leg drop.
Okay, you've got to run. You guys drove the car about, let's say, 100 feet. And so you're sprinting back up to them as he's crawling back to her. And he doesn't seem to want to harm her. He starts dragging her back towards the lake, even though he had some bone poking out of his leg. And okay, so you want to describe to me what you do?
I want to run up and leg drop him while he's dragging her.
What's a leg drop?
It's like, because I assumed he was for some reason on the ground grabbing her.
Yeah, it took you some time to get there. So I think they're still struggling on the ground, but he's trying to sort of pull her.
Yeah.
Give me a fighting brawl.
All right, let's do that.
I still want to know what a leg drop is.
It's where you like, I'll do it with my fingers. It's where you go, and then you go, and you bring your leg down on somebody's back. And you just break it. You just break it on the spot.
Sure.
I got a 45. My brawl is
60, right?
60, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not a great success, but it's a success.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs more servants. And he sort of flops around like a fish on the ground as Sarah has a chance to scramble away. Thank you.
Run! Get in the car.
Yeah, she grabs the keys and out of she had them on her person, and she goes for her car. Okay. All right. Artemis.
So I am between Mildred and William at this point, correct? And William is coming back towards me because I was walking. That feels like the order of events.
Yeah, you're moving towards them. You're the closest.
I'm going to run back to Mildred since she's got the gun. You got this, Mildred?
All right.
Oh, yes. I still got one slug left.
Fantastic. I'm going to keep running back to Zip.
Okay. You run back towards Zip, and then Jacob gets a turn, and he climbs over the back seat into the front and hits the reverse in the car. And he's taken off. He's taken off in your vehicle. He reverses from the lake,
not our vehicle,
to the road. That sort of like slam into it so fast that it jolts backwards. Mildred's standing right beside it with the shotgun in hand as he pulls out and is just going for the road. Mildred. Oh, let's see. You have the shotgun, so you would go first again. Unless you want to do something aside from shoot with that second slug.
Scream, you awful bimbo! As he drives off. And, who's coming towards me? Who's closest to me right now?
It's just William. He's the only one left. right?
That guy.
William.
Oh, no, we got James.
moving.
We're between you and James.
James is back at the hotel, and William is moving. You've hit him in one Achilles, and he's just dragging that leg behind him as he sort of hobbles on the other towards you, Mildred.
Dude, finish him. Sweep the leg. Finish him. Finish him.
No mercy. So
No mercy.
I'm going for the dome with the slug.
Go for the dome. Give me a roll.
Go for the dome, baby.
Oh, it's a 46 on a 60. I'm good.
Oh. That face scared me.
He's jolting. It actually hits him a little lower in his center of gravity. The shotgun blast just shoots right through his neck. It just sort of splurts and rips open his clothes. You can see an old ancient hole like the ones you've seen before, but this looks like it was made long, long ago, 60 years ago, for a keen doctor's eye. And as he starts to lurch, he falls flat to his face. And he crawls a little and stops. He's not moving. Let's see. Mildred, you fired the shotgun. Artemis, you were running back up the hill towards the motel, towards where Sarah is getting into her beat-up pickup truck, and Zip had just leg slammed onto the sweet boy you'd been looking for all this time.
Right. I'm not even worried about Sarah. I'm running after to help Zip. If this chick wants to go, go. Save yourself. That's fine. So I have my bag and I have me. All right. I saw her do a wrestling move and I got inspired by it. And I'm tiny, but I'm going to run over and like just try to jump on him. Like just with my feet, like just jump on him.
Oh,
like slam him to the ground, like with my, like she wanted to stomp on his spine. I'm going to try to do the same thing.
I think that this can be a strength roll because you're not actually brawling. You are throwing your entire body weight and slamming both feet down. Your magical rainbow dice?
Where did my magic dice go? Oh no! Oh, you're there. Okay. I was like, no, not when I'm about to do something cool. All right. Strength, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. It's a 60 and I have 50.
You run up and you, this is a difficult maneuver. You're jumping in the air and landing with both feet. You have no balance. You have no center of gravity. You're landing on a zombie. He's face down, crawling along, going closer and closer after Zip clocked him with the leg. And he knocks you off your balance. You fall on your ass right next to him, and you look him straight in his undead eyes as you see the nice man that was in the photo now undead and looking decrepit. All right, Zip. Oh, sorry, we should have done you first, but too late.
That's okay. So everything is seems to be kind of settled down now, right? We just gotta get ourselves out of here.
Sarah actually has not driven away yet. She's honking the horn and she's starting to pull it out around.
I'm gonna run and try to get in the car and make sure she doesn't leave without my friends like Jacob did.
Jacob was a little twat.
Especially because she's backing out. Don't like that.
But Sarah knows that the three of you saved her. And Mildred is standing over the corpse of a corpse, the leftover remains of William Brophy. There is a fire starting to spread behind you from the workshop roof and spreading to the rooms. And Sarah is waiting for you. You all get into the car. And as you drive away and you get back into Arkham, after valiantly saving one person and knowing that Jacob Trent got away with his life, even though many others may have lost theirs. Mildred, what do you tell Gerald Fraser when you get back?
It's, we didn't find your son. We found a license plate from his car. And we searched all over, and I'm afraid to say it doesn't look good.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you for your efforts. He pays each of you the 200 he promised, even though all you have is some evidence that he once was at this place. Each of you, I would like to roll 2 d6s. Roll a d6 twice and add that to your sanity because you saved 2 lives. You may not find out what was in that cup of cheese, what the monsters were dragging Sarah to perhaps be sacrificed to. But you know that she's safe now because of you.
9.
Amazing. All right. Add 9 sanity. And for everybody else, add what you rolled. And that is where we will close our adventure. Woo! Thank you so much, you guys. It's such a joy to play with each of you. This was so much fun.
Oh, this was so good.
I was mentally prepared to die. Like, I was like, okay, here we go.
I need to get better at killing people, but you all rolled incredibly well.
These dice, I'm nervous to ever use them again. I feel like I just want to put them away and let them live on high.
Or never use any other dice but them.
I mean, maybe.
All right, I got a shout out. This is from the book Doors to Darkness, 5 Scenarios for Beginning Keepers. And this scenario is called Servants of the Lake by Glenn Owen Barris. Mad props to Glenn Owen Barris for creating this madness. And good on you for never finding Glocky in the waters of the lake, friends. Please, let's go around and everybody tell the folks at home what you've been up to, where they can find you, anything you want to call to action right now. Let's start with Krystina. What you up to?
Hi, my name's Krystina Arielle. You may know me from such things as internet shows. You can find me on Mondays with Mark Meir, where we do improvised champions on the Idle Champions channel, twitch.tv/C&E Games. You can also find me on Mondays on twitch.tv/LFM_network for Rise of the Veiled Alliance, where I play Akasha. You can go back and watch on Wednesdays before you watch in Sleeping City. You can watch Pirates of Leviathan, where I play Bob. And that's fun. It's on Dropout. Or you could watch me on Sundays on twitch.tv/Cypher of Tyr, where I play Captain Silent 919, a Mansagane bio priest on Into the Motherlands, which is super exciting. It comes on every Sunday at 4 p.m. PST. You can also find it on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Other than that, internet me. That's how you spell my name. If you spell it wrong, it's the wrong person. Thanks for hanging out.
You're my favorite. I think it's safe to say you're busy AF.
That was amazing.
Love it. Anjali, please tell people where they can see you, find your face, hear your voice in the video games.
Yes, absolutely. You can ongoingly hear my voice in the game Overwatch as Symmetra and in Apex Legends as a Rampart. You can also see me currently on Amazon Prime Video in the psychological thriller Evil Eye. It is quite excellent. It's an excellent scary movie for people who don't do scary movies very well, but it's fantastic. It's by Blumhouse. Very proud of it. You can also see me in the upcoming movie All My Life, coming out in December from Paramount Pictures, starring Harry Shum and Jessica Roth and a bunch of other amazing people, Jay Farrow, a bunch of just glorious human beings. And you can find me on the interwebs at Sweet Anj with 3 E's, because I am apparently the only Indian that doesn't spell well. SWEEETANJ. You can find me all over the internet there. Please do especially find me on the YouTube, where I have a series called I Am Fun Size, which is an ongoing series about different ways that you can expand your life and and interviews with people talking about ways that they have faced their challenges through their lifetimes. And then anyone can email me at Anjali@IamFunsize.com with questions for the show or anything else. That is a wide open fan email. Send me your stuff.
That's amazing. My friends are so talented. All right, Jasmine, that bronze girl, tell them where you be streaming every day.
That's tough to follow. Hi, hello, I'm that bronze girl. Despite my existential crises of not knowing what I want to do with my life, lately I've been doing what I always do. That's a terrible way to start off selling yourself.
That is not a good sales pitch.
No, it's not. Let me take that again.
Tell me things about our friend.
Hi, hello, I'm that bronze girl, internet extraordinaire. I'm smart, I'm brilliant, I'm a fabulous writer, and you should check me out on twitch.tv/thatbronzegirl, where I will only roast you if you are a piece of shit. People that say I'm mean usually were disrespectful. Just want to clear the air on that. You can also find me on Twitter, where I sometimes edit and upload videos, and you can also support the Indiegogo for Eclipse Season 2, a wonderful show I'm doing with maybe some familiar names too. Josephine McAdam, I know she was on the Calyx, and Alex Ward. So come check out our sci-fi project. I'm also the writer on Krystina's game on Sundays, Into the Motherlands. That adventure is written by me, so I guess officially now I'm a game dev. Boom.
What? Nailed it.
You guys do such cool things. I love gamers. All right. You're incredible. It's making my mind explode. I'm so honored that you played with me tonight, and we got to do it again.
And thank you for being as extraordinary as you are and providing us all so many places, not only to have reunions like this, but places to learn new games. This is my first time playing this game, and I feel so lucky. You are always a joy to be around, and you saved the world with spreadsheets the last time we played together. Like, you create dreams we've never imagined. You are
the sweetest. I am learning and I'm growing every time. So thank you very much. And thank you for being my test subjects, because I have a lot of fun doing this. All right. Love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'm bringing you out for one more plug because we love our sponsors. Chaosium makes amazing stuff. Go to chaosium.com. You can get 10% off anything on that website. You should always buy directly from the website instead of all those other online merchants, because you're helping the company when you do that. And you're going to get a free PDF if you buy the hard copy, or if you just get the PDF, then you can get 10% off all those things if you type in the Calyx, no space, all caps. I don't know if caps matter. Probably not. I don't know how codes work. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And please join us back here again soon. I guess I should shout out. I stream right here on this channel, and I make content for youtube.com/goodtimesociety. And we'll see you there. Check it out, and check out past episodes of the Calyx. Okay, bye.